Record.
Recording has started. All right. Recap. So you guys did a interrogation, a very small one, which ended up with some kind of disgruntled and mixed feelings between party members. Morn eventually walking out of the conversation, dropping the so-called prisoner in between the other characters and Freya. You guys came to a conclusion or some kind of mutual agreement and ended up dragging him through the city, making your way towards the docks, where over the course of a little while you guys managed to figure out the who the dockmaster was, find him again, and figure out the ship that the Tabaxi was on. You found him absolutely pissed drunk. Assuming he had probably assumed you guys were either coming later that day or the next day. So he wasn't amply prepared. You guys proceeded to wake him up, very drunk, and over the course of an extended amount of time being drunk, he managed to get the boat unrigged and started to push out into the river. About halfway getting fully out into the middle of the river to set sail. To some people, a newer voice. To other people's, a horrible reminder of a past. From what you could tell, the Obsidian Eye had made their way to the docks. They must have been close by, or something of that nature, and were able to quickly make their way to Langdor, where they were able to answer the call for help from the beacon. You guys happened to get far enough out where it looked like you were going to make an escape, where one of the party members, Kalen, feeling some kind of drive, threw himself from the boat and made his way back to talk to these members of the Obsidian Eye, which ended with him annoying the so-called leader at the time, and the Minotaur dragging Kalen down towards the beach, where he shoved his face underwater and proceeded to drown Kalen. Over the course of seconds, the group made a decision to jump in and make their way to help one of their friends. A battle ensued. Over the course of the battle, they quickly realized they were outnumbered. Other members were showing up, and they didn't realize they were there. They realized they were outmatched, and members were becoming low in health and taking more damage than they anticipated. Kalen took too much damage and ended up falling, where the party members made a decision at this time to grab and run. Barely making their way back to the boat, a fireball was actually cast at the boat, knocking Kaz, from what the party could see, over the side of the railing and into the water, and setting the boat partially ablaze. You guys made it back to the boat, found Kaz just barely holding on to the side, unconscious, her feet wrapped in some of the rigging, and the boat crippled slightly. As the Tabaxi was working feverishly, half singed and burned, to put out the fires, you guys managed to bring Kaz back, and Kalen had stabilized and was laying on the deck, while you guys are battered, bruised, and in your respective corners. I think where we left off is, Morn, you were laying on the ground next to Kalen. Kalen, you are unconscious still. You are stable, but you are unconscious. Kaz is at 1 HP, leaning up against the side of the building, or not side of the building, the side of the boat. Ping, you're sitting in front of Kalen. Freya, you have crawled into the captain's quarters and are behind the door in the closet, with the knees in your chest, and I think
With one hit point.
With 1 hit point as well. Yes. I think Morn, you said you were at 3 hit points. So,
Oh, I'm sorry. It was 2 hit points.
okay.
2.
It is about, at this point, it's probably around 10 a.m. The sun is brightly shining in the sky. You guys are slowly inching forward down the river. The parts of the ground are smoldering a little bit from, the fires are out, but parts of the boat are still smoldering a little bit. The sails, there's holes all through the sails here and there. You can see the tabaxi is kind of holding his side. He's fried. Half of his ear is like singed and missing hair, complete like a bald cat. He smells better. Uh, um, Kaz is just kind of sitting with her knees to her chest and her head down. She looks like she's like flat out passed out and is falling asleep. Um, Kaylin, if you would like to meet me in the Whispers channel.
Sure.
You don't awaken, but you feel warmth, and the sun. You open your eyes and you're laying in a field. You look up and it's bright skies and you kind of peek around and there's fields as far as you can see. There's, wheat to one corner of all the fields. There's corn and barley, and sitting next to you is your deity. She just is sitting there quietly. She has her hand on your hand, and she's just slowly rubbing your shoulder and your arm, just singing a low tune. Nothing. It's almost calming. She looks worried. She looks down at you. My child. Why? It's okay. You have bigger things to do. A flash comes in. You're somewhere else. It's a dark, circular room. There's 6 seats. 3 of the seats are empty. 3 of the seats are filled. In the center of the room, a glowing arcane sigil. You bamf out. You are brought into another room. You see a cauldron about the size of a small bowl, probably about the size of your head. It's filled with a thick-looking substance. There are 6 figures around. All of them have their left hands on top of the bowl. The finger on the left hand with the ring finger is missing, and it's just a stump from about the knuckle down is there. Your body brings you to the middle of the circle in one of the empty spaces, and all the heads are down with cloaks above. They look up, and you don't recognize any of them, but the last figure is your master. He looks thin, and gaunt. His eyes have dark circles, and you bamf out into your body. It's dark, and the only thing that you can hear is, "Don't be rash. Be calm and collected. You have things to do. You're going the right way." And you're back in your body, and you feel calm. And you're just tired. Head back up.
All right.
I highly doubt that you are, but good luck. All right. So yeah, that's where we are right now. Kaz is sleeping, and Kalen he's not at 1 hit point, but he's at 0. He's stable. He's just unconscious, laying there.
Okay. So he's not waking up. Alright.
Well, he's just, nobody's given him a potion. He actually just managed to make every single one of his death saving throws.
Alright, I'm gonna grow impatient. And, I'm gonna feed him a health potion. The very last health potion
Okay.
that I have. So, is that 1d4 or 2d4 or what?
I think it's 1d4 plus 4. 2d4 plus 2.
Close. So I guess Kaylin has to roll for that, right?
Either one of you, doesn't matter. You
Oh,
can,
okay.
You're administering it, so technically you can roll if you want to, or Kaylin can.
Plus 2, 6.
6 hit points, Kaylin.
You got it.
You feel warm energy course through your body as all of a sudden you go from calm and feelingless and warm skies of agricultural fields to pain. Your body hurts and your throat hurts and the side of your face hurts and you're laying on your back and you're wet. The sun hurts a little bit in your eyes. Why the fuck am I here?
Hmm.
And you're laying on something solid.
Kaylin! Earth to Kaylin!
Yes. What is it?
How you feeling?
Well, I'm still alive apparently. Wasn't exactly my plan, but it is
What
what
was
it
your
is.
plan?
I just feel like I'm the least valuable asset of our group, and so I wanted to do, instead of accomplishing my own goals, I wanted to buy you all some time. I wasn't aware that you cared about me that much for Morn to jump in after me. I apologize. I've just gone and caused you more trouble.
That's the right answer. I'm glad you understand. But that's not how we roll, man. We look after our own.
Yes. I appreciate that. It's just that.
You almost got us all killed, man.
Yeah. I just feel like I'm so far away from doing what I need to do on my own, so I just thought I'd help in any way that I could.
Well, you can help, but you help more alive than you do dead.
True enough. I'll take those words to heart.
When he says you do more alive than you do dead, you feel a warm hand on your back gently tap and kind of like acknowledge on your left shoulder as it's okay.
Well, I certainly won't do anything that's stupid again, and I'll give my all into assisting you. If you have anything that you need, just anyone, please ask me.
Alright. I'm not as pissed, so I'll just sit back down and rest a little bit. I cooled off. I said what I had to say. Good. Anybody else?
You just hear heavy breathing from the corner from Kaz, and you see no movement, just heavy breathing, and it looks like she is just passed out.
Oh,
So effectively, who heard that conversation then? And it would have just been
That would have been
Morn.
maybe Morn, if Morn is awake, because he laid down next to Kaylin, but I don't know if you said if you were sleeping or not.
Morn, were you sleeping?
Yeah, I went straight to sleep. I'm out for a good 10 hours.
So all you hear after you say, like, anybody else have anything else to say is and then he rolls over and just like curls up into a big ball.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah.
Well, with that said, Kaylin, we're not done with this conversation. We'll talk later.
Of course.
And I'm gonna go sleep too, because I'm gonna assume I probably need to rest.
Yeah.
Freya's probably sleeping at this point too, passed out, trying to heal up.
Okay. So pretty much everybody. Kaylin, you doing the same thing? You're just gonna pass out on the spot, or you're gonna try and find somewhere a little more comfy?
I'll probably try and find a little more comfy, and I'll just, as I'm walking around, I'll take out my holy symbol, a circular bronze medallion emblazoned with a sheath of grain, and I'll just rub it over with my thumb. Just think about what got me here and what I need to do to continue.
Okay. So you take out your medallion and you just kind of rub it in between your fingers. And you walk. You remember where the captain's quarters were, so it doesn't take you very long at all. You basically stand up, look at the captain's quarters very wearingly, and you just make your way towards them. And a very makeshift bed. It looks like he doesn't sleep in the bed as much as he sleeps on the ground, because there's almost like a BO stain right next to the bed. So you just kind of plop onto the bed and you're out.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say at this point, you guys can all take a long rest. You guys can put that into your into your long rest. So you guys can all put that into your stuff, and we'll say at that point. So it's probably by the time you guys all come to, it's probably about 10 o'clock at night.
Probably what time?
About 10 o'clock. Because it'd be about 8 to 10 hours. Yeah, 8 to 10 hours.
Well,
it's probably about 11 o'clock at this point.
I didn't really expend that much energy. I didn't get touched that whole fight.
So,
Maybe
those of you that don't want to take a full rest, you can wake up. The rest of you that are looking to take that long rest, it'll probably be around 8 or 9, roughly at night.
Alright. Yeah, I'll go with it this morning.
Okay. So, what would you like to do in the meantime? Are you?
No, I meant that I'll just sleep. That's fine.
Okay. So you pass out too. So you guys all get your long rest. You are battered and you are bruised, and you can feel you can feel kind of the up and down of the boat. You can feel like the toss and the sway from side to side. You can hear the creaking, and it kind of lulls you guys to sleep. Freya, meet me in the whispers.
Okay.
As you lay there with your 3 hit points. You're hurting. You have your legs curled up into your chest. You feel the necessity of sleep take you, or start to take you, as you feel you feel like you just feel it overtake you, and it washes over your senses. You're immediately brought to the dungeon in a familiar place. The smells, the feels, the fear, and you hear the voice. Revenge. Why? He was so close, and you froze. You must be angry. Do it. Make a charisma saving throw.
A charisma saving throw? Saving throw. Charisma. Did that go through? Oh, shit.
Okay.
Only 5. Oh, God.
You feel anger, resentment, fear, loneliness, anger, rage, burning rage take over your senses. You can't think of anything else but driving a dagger through Zaro's heart. You think about how much Kalen almost cost you. How he almost took you back. You think of how Ping took too fucking long to get everybody back on the boat. You think of Morn and how he went to save Kalen, how foolish that was. It makes you angry. It almost costs you revenge. It almost puts you back in this cell. Kaz, what was he doing sitting back in the fight the entire time? Why? It took him too long. What was he doing? They should have stayed on the boat. You should have left.
Oh.
Revenge. Yes. And you fall asleep into a deeper sleep. Let's go back up.
Oh,
Oh, what's that? What's that?
no, you're good. I was just...
Okay.
Okay. Okay, we're good. So, no. Okay, we're good. We're go.
I think they joined and came back.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought she had another question, but
Gotcha.
okay.
All right, everybody, I need you to meet me in the whisper chat.
No.
Everyone.
Except for you,
Except for the DM.
Ginger.
That's fine. I'll kick you all and kill you all. Guess what? They're back on the boat. No, I'm just kidding. The night goes on. You guys slowly start to come to, and it's late. You can hear the lists of the boat from side to side. You can hear water hitting wood, and it's calm. It's very peaceful. It's very quiet. It's dark, but it's a full moonlit night, so there's a decent amount of light. Some of you that just fell asleep on the morn, you come to, and it is a bright full moon staring straight down on you. You can you look to your right, and you can see Kaz up against the side of the boat, still laying there. She's gone from a sitting position to just laying down, curled up in a ball with her back to you. About 10 feet away, you can see Ping kind of laying up against the side of the boat as well. And
Butt naked. Joking.
butt naked, just butt like full, everything just hanging right out in your face. Kalen and Freya are nowhere to be seen. Freya, you awaken in the captain's quarters. The only light is coming in from the 3 windows of the back. So the bed sits like this, and there's a window, and a window, kind of like the old school like pirate ships. And there's a bed in the very far back, and you were kind of up towards the door a little bit. You come to, and you hurt all over, a little sore, and you see Kalen laying in the bed, or a figure laying in the bed, I should say. Kalen, you also start to slowly come to as well, and you're just kind of staring at the ceiling, laying on your back, or if you're laying on your side. The day is yours. Well, the night is yours, I should say. as you feel the boat sway from side to side. You can feel like you're moving, you just don't know how fast.
I'm just gonna start pacing around the front of the boat, kind of in a circle.
Okay.
Freya's gonna get up and walk over to the bed where Kaylin is and look down at him with an angry, very angry expression.
Okay.
And she's just gonna stare at him angrily.
I'll just I'll sit up and I'll swing my legs over the side of the bed so I can just sit more upright, facing you, and I'll wait for you to say something.
Before this starts, Kaylin, make a perception check.
Sure.
Okay. Meet me in the whisper real quick.
Okay.
What you notice is even in the dark, for some reason, there's dark and there's shadows, but for some reason, off of the corners of Freya's shoulders, you just slightly see almost like fog, except for shadow rolling off and down her back, and her eyes look like they're almost slightly glowing as she stares at you.
Okay.
All right.
What the hell are you saying?
Okay.
Hey, we gotta go back to the regular shot.
Jesus Christ. Okay, enough of the hopscotch. Enough of the hopscotch. All right. So, yeah, continue. Yeah.
Well, especially because I don't know what the hell's going on or if that even had to do with me. I'm just gonna still be staring at him angrily. Probably balling my fist and clenching it.
Interesting.
Fortunately, just kind of overtaken by anger. And after a little bit, she's just gonna ask him, or I keep doing the third person thing. I'm just gonna ask, what the hell were you thinking, and what was that all about?
Yes. Well, I just feel like I just haven't been pulling my weight as strongly as everybody else is, and so feeling my ineptitude, I was planning on buying the better lot of you some time to get away from them. I just didn't expect you all to care about me so much. It was a shock when Warren jumped in to go after me.
I see, but that kind of stunt nearly cost all of us our lives. So maybe next time you're feeling like you aren't pulling your weight, maybe say something instead of jumping into the water and instigating an encounter that we didn't need to have.
Yes, I understand. I need to work on communicating with you all better, and I'll definitely be sure to tell you next time I have any thoughts about anything, and I hope you would do the same, please. I'm at your disposal. Just if anyone needs anything, tell them that they can ask me.
And I'm just gonna do like a nod and walk away. And I'm going to head onto the deck and look for Ping.
Okay. I imagine I'm awake by now.
Yeah. So
where was
this happening, Morn, you're walking in circles, and you kind of hear low talking, kind of to a higher talk, an angrier talk, as you see the captain's quarter door swing open, and Freya actually starts walking out.
So I heard them. I heard them talking, right?
You heard talking. You just didn't hear a lot of it.
Okay, I'll kind of ignore Freya. Walk toward the.
Okay, you walk into the room, and Kalen is kind of sitting at the edge of the bed with his legs up over the side, kind of just sitting there in a little bit of a daze.
Kalen, look at me.
I shall do so.
Listen to us. Do you know why we're here?
Well, I mean,
Do you know why I'm not at home with my family?
no, I don't.
Why we're all risking our lives on this? Do you know why?
No.
My family was taken. My friends were taken. My sister was taken. And here we're about to go after them. And out of nowhere, you decide to go and just, I don't know what, drown in your self-pity? Jump off the boat. Us trying to actually do what we needed to do. We're risking our lives to save something that never even needed to happen. Do you get that?
Yes, I apologize. I I didn't think you would. My intentions were to buy you all some time. Obviously, I've made a grievous error, and I'm going to better think about my actions next time. And just I apologize for what happened.
Look, it happened. It's not going to happen again. But I've already lost too much. You know, I can't afford to lose any of us either. So think about that. You're one of us. And then I'm gonna turn around, slam the door, and walk out.
Okay. Okay, so paying
Kalen is getting grilled.
poor kid. So Freya, so Morn, you guys, or Freya and Ping, you guys both see Morn turn out, like come out of the doorway and slam the door, and just kind of standing there. As you guys are all kind of standing in the middle of the deck. Kaz has disappeared. You can see her kind of, she walked to the back of the ship and laid down. You're assuming it's just because it was too noisy and she doesn't want to deal with you guys. Right.
Who, Kaz?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's up and
Moving around and kind of just moved to the backside of the boat to get away from you guys.
I'm also gonna find a spot that's not near anyone and look over the edge.
You can just pretty much, right as you walk out of the door, right to your right, Kaz is no longer in that area. So it's like there's nothing against that side of the boat.
I'd imagine Ping would check on Kaz at some point before she walked off. I know she's not here, but
Yeah, no, she. You go to check on her and she just kind of waves her hand at you and tells you, "I'm fine. I'm just tired. I'm gonna make my way to the back for a little bit and lay down. Thank you." And like just kind of walks off and lays down.
all right.
You see her like pull a blanket out of her satchel and she just kind of lays down and tucks herself in.
All right. Shit. I'll just stand by.
Okay.
Chill.
I'm gonna approach Ping with the same angry expression that I had with Kalen, and just kind of look at him angrily after I approach him for just a moment.
Okay.
All right. So you're standing behind me?
Yeah, if you're facing away, then I guess I'd be standing behind you.
I just imagine myself like looking out towards the water, just like arms on my hips, just like chilling.
Then to break the silence, it'd be like, and you, to get his attention.
Huh? What?
If we hadn't dilly-dallied and messed around with some random person that nobody knew anything about, and we had gone on our trip like we were supposed to, we wouldn't have run into such a close call. Is everybody just trying to get us caught or killed?
Well, I mean, we left when we said we would leave. I mean, the only problem I guess you had was taking the prisoner.
I said that we shouldn't have. I don't know why anybody doesn't trust anything I have to say. I
I-
said that
I
we didn't
feel-
need him and he wouldn't be any good to us. I said that he was just going to cause problems, and we just messed around with that instead of just leaving.
Freya,
And we probably wouldn't have had as much trouble.
I think they would have caught up with us anyways.
Why
No
are you
matter
guys
what.
messing around with him in the first place? Well, how did this even happen? Was he, did you just decide to capture him just because? And
Well,
why?
he was suspiciously following us. And we don't really know a whole lot about who we're up against, so we thought it was an opportunity to find out. Basically, that's what I thought. So, I mean, that's what drove me to try to see what this man would say. Unfortunately, it didn't work out because we had to sacrifice him for the sake of Kaylin. But maybe we'll find out later.
And then I'm gonna turn and look over to where Morn was hanging out and point and be like, and then you have Morn. I wanted to try and get somewhere as quickly as possible, jumping off of the boat after somebody that clearly doesn't want to be with our group. So I can't decide if everybody has a common goal or if we're all just kind of on our own little agenda and then just trying to cause more problems along the way if possible.
I propose a meeting of all of us talking about our goals and what we plan to do. I think that needs to be reassessed.
Maybe that's a good idea because I'm not interested in becoming a slave.
And we should figure out a better plan to go on. This boat's not traveling very fast.
That reminds me.
and I guess I'll point up to the sails that are burnt, since that's what was said.
Oh yeah, I forgot our seal's burnt. Oh shit, this is gonna take forever.
Partially, they're not like totally fucked up, but they have like little holes in them here and there. So yeah, I mean, a little bit. As you kind of point up towards the sails, you hear the captain call up over the side. Yeah, they took a little bit of little damage, but we'll make it in time. Unfortunately,
Hey, Captain.
we're going against the current a little bit. It's not as forward as I like it to be, but it only costs us a day or two.
Hey, Captain.
What?
Is there anything we can do to fix this boat up? To get it maybe sailing a little bit quicker?
I can do a couple patch jobs on the side, but the only good port to stop at to make super serious repairs is Skarnsvald. And I'd honestly rather not make a stop there.
Well, how long do you think it'll take us to get to where we're going now?
8 days. Weather permitting. Maybe 6. Depending on the wind. Depending on the checkpoint.
Oh yeah, the checkpoint. And how is that going to play out with a burnt up boat?
What checkpoint?
Oh yeah.
I've been waiting for that ball to drop for a while.
Oh yeah, Freya. Yeah, you were sleeping. We kind of left in a hurry. We didn't. That's why I, proposed the meeting. We should talk about things. Get it all laid out on the table.
as Ping is talking about this and kind of like awkwardly explaining this to Freya, looking like he's probably gonna get punched in the face, the Tabaxi captain has walked by all of you guys and to the middle of the ship where it almost looks like a bunch of slates and like a little cargo hold, and you guys can see like furs, and you guys can see blankets and a bunch of other shit. He opens the grate door and reaches his hand in, and as he puts his hand about like a foot or two in, like he leans down and puts his hand down, it actually disappears below the blankets. Like it just, like his hand just disappears, and he pulls it back and smiles at you.
Illusion magic.
Just a little one that I had done on my boat for a little smuggling. It does the trick.
So I guess the checkpoint staff isn't too clever then, huh?
Depends on who's working. Most of the time, I've gone through about 4 times and I've never been caught. So, it all depends. We'll find out when we get there.
Well, I guess we're all taking a risk here, aren't we?
Just a little one. And he kind of like smiles and laughs to himself and walks back up towards the captain's spot and starts piling into the ship a little bit. As you can see him set something on the wheel, he makes his way back to the rigging and actually starts. You can see him climb up the center mast. He's got like pieces of fabric in his hand. He looks like he's gonna go try and sew or do something to mend the sails.
So, and I'll awkwardly look back towards Frey and I'll be like, "So yeah, that meeting."
Yeah, nobody said anything about a checkpoint.
Yeah, we haven't had time to catch up. Now maybe it's time.
Yeah, I would say it's time because that's going to cause a problem for sure.
All right, so meeting now.
I think the only one that probably heard you say that would be Freya.
Oh yeah, I was asking her.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
Yeah.
I was. Let's go.
Probably better sooner than later.
All right, so I guess me and Frey are walking back towards the cabin to start a meeting.
Okay.
Is that what you're doing, Freya?
Yep, I'll follow behind.
All right. All right, I'll open the cabin door and is everybody inside the cabin?
No.
All right.
Not that I'm aware of, unless Morn's moved. I think Morn was still standing at the side of the boat, staring out onto the right side, up over the side of the boat.
All right, well, if I can see Morn and anybody else outside the cabin while I'm walking towards the cabin, I'll holler out and say, "Meeting! In the cabin!"
Okay.
Morn? As he's, just still ignoring me?
No idea. I don't even know if is he here? Morn? Hello?
Oh, I was gonna say it's
he's-
okay if he wants to ignore, but we need to at least know if he's present.
He might be AFK.
No, I'm here. Sorry.
Oh, okay, there he is.
I am ignoring you. I do not turn my head.
All right, I'll look at Freya, and I'll be like, "Let's get him."
What did you say?
Let's go get him.
Go get who? Like,
Morn, he's fucking ignored us.
What do you want to drag him in?
No, but we need to see what the problem is, right?
I guess so. He's probably just as angry as the rest of us about what the hell just happened.
Yeah, but I feel like this is time to get over it. I guess I'll walk towards Morn and be like, "So what's up with you, buddy?"
Not much.
He dropped the buddy line.
You doing okay?
Doing fine.
it seems like we got a little bit of a conflict between us and everyone else. We're trying to resolve that with a meeting. Me, Freya,
Meeting about what?
about what our goals is, and we need to realign what we're doing and what we're going after. Freya here, she's deeply concerned on that, as I am. And I feel like that we all need to sit down and have a talk about it. And
That's not going to do anything.
Well, standing here looking out towards the sea is not doing anything either.
We're going north. I have nothing to say to Kaylin.
Alright, well, you can talk to us then. And Kaz, right?
Yeah, why are we talking about the purpose of this? Kaylin doesn't get any of it. He wasn't with us when we were following into the dungeon. He wasn't with us when my family got taken. He wasn't there when my sister was pulled into a portal.
I don't know about Kalen. I hope that he'll come to his senses, but I mean that's on him. But that still doesn't count for the rest of us who are trying to help you. And I feel like a meeting and talking about what the plan ahead is a good tactic and a good smart thing to do for what's in the future.
The plan's to go north.
Yes, but with the obstacles that we face.
I'm gonna walk up kind of by the captain.
Okay.
And ask the captain if there's anything I can do to help.
Unfortunately, if you can't sew, not a whole lot. I basically
No.
just gonna sew and mend the sails and clean the ship up over the next couple of days. Just rest. I'll get you tomorrow.
Okay, I'm gonna take out my fishing pole.
Okay.
And cast off the left side of the boat.
All right, so just
So more
me and
just
Pang, and
completely
then what?
ignored us?
Are we gonna? Would Kaz come with us into the captain's quarters?
Did you guys go get Kaz?
Oh yeah, Kaz is in the back of the ship.
Yeah, Kaz walked around the captain's quarters and is like at the back of the ship, just like laying down beside the captain's quarters. She may or may not have heard you. But yeah, Morn has walked to the front of the ship and is just like fishing up over the side.
That was pretty much a passive-aggressive GTFO kind of thing.
Yeah. I guess that fits.
Okay, so
I guess we'll
we're gonna
talk to him
grab-
later.
I guess we'll grab Kaz.
Okay. Kaz just kind of nods in agreement, stands up, and follows you guys.
And then is
All right.
Kaylin still in the captain's quarters?
I don't know. Caleb?
Yeah,
Alright.
I would have been.
So we're gonna walk in and then just. I guess if I see Kaylin, I'll just be like, Kaylin, meeting time. Get over here.
Yes, of course. I'll get up and follow you.
So you guys are just staying in the captain's quarters, right?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, just.
Okay, so on the right side of the room in the far back corner is the bed where Caitlin was sitting. If you just like walk around the corner, or not walk around the corner, if you just stand up and literally walk across the room, there is a small table with like 3 or 4 chairs.
Alright, I guess I'll grab a chair and just like sit down.
Okay.
I shall as well.
In a meeting form. I'll circle the chairs around.
Okay.
No, I'll
So,
take a seat.
we're gonna have a seat and we're gonna talk about what we need to do, or what our plan is ahead, and the obstacles we face. And Kaylin, we gotta talk more about what you plan to do, and if you're gonna try to do anything crazy like that again.
Of course.
So all honesty needs to come out on the table now, and just speak your mind. You can trust everybody here as we almost gave our lives for you.
I've learned that now.
All right. So, as we all know, ahead to the north on this river, there's a checkpoint that we have to go through. I guess the captain has a spot that we can all hide through the checkpoint to hopefully evade the the people that check the boat. And yeah, I mean, hopefully we get it through there. I guess the next plan is to go up to. I mean, I always forget where we're going because. What's the town we're going to?
I believe you guys are heading towards Port Parval. It's really the only, like, beyond Skarnswald, it's the only, like, stopping place for boats. Other than that, you can pull over and, like, get off. I mean, the way the shore comes in on both sides, you really can't pull a boat off of the river and, like, park anywhere without, like, beaching the ship and, like, hurting the hull a little bit. Skarnswald is like a true port. Port Parval is a true port, and there are smaller places along the way that you can inch smaller to small medium-sized boats in and actually, like, dock them without hurting them.
But this ship is large.
It's a smallish, medium-sized boat. It's kind of like a little bit bigger than that. It's not a huge boat, but it's not like a true medium-sized, like large, like ocean ship. It's not really meant for like open voyages.
I mean, would my character have any knowledge of the port up there, or like how it?
Port Parval?
Yeah.
Roll an intelligence check.
And unfortunately, Freya doesn't know anything about this trip other than the fact that we're on a boat and now that we have a checkpoint.
Correct. You weren't really privy to all of that information. You kind of are just processing that now. Okay. Unfortunately, no. You've never really been to Port Parval. You've heard of it, but that's about it.
All right. So we got the checkpoint at what camp? What city was that again?
Skarnswald.
At Skarnsvall, we have a checkpoint. That's really the only.
That's the large. That's you're from Skarnswald, so you would know that.
Okay. Yeah, so Skarnsvall is a pretty large city. I'm from there. The security there at the checkpoint is pretty good. That's the only obstacle, the only seen obstacle that we know of sure that we're gonna have to face. You know, we're not even counting for any encounters we might come across, especially with the City and Eye and Withering Hand. But we're trying to get up to Scorch Caval. I don't know if I said that right. I don't have any knowledge of this port. Do any of you guys do?
Yeah, I do. And I don't know if taking a boat to Port Parval is probably the smartest thing.
And why do you think that? Or why do you say that?
Because it's near Steinthorn.
What's there?
You don't want to know. Just trust me, we don't want to take a boat to Port Parval.
Alright, so where does this boat end for us?
It should end before any checkpoint. But I don't know how that's going to work because I don't know where we're going to get off. But I don't think it would be smart to go through Scornswald at all either. Especially, I feel all of us know that, you know, we obviously have some heat on our tail.
Yeah. And Scornsvall, what is, I forgot what I was gonna say. Is that still in the Baron that we're trying to escape from?
Skarnswald?
Yeah.
No, Skarnswald is its own entity. Skarnswald is the capital. That's where the Six sit.
All right. So knowing that, I'll be like, well, Freya, I think getting out of this region is the priority right now because we are definitely hunted here by two groups from what we know.
I agree, but what are we going to do about a checkpoint? We're not going
This
to make it through a
boat.
checkpoint.
I don't know what do you think we should do? You think we should just jump off before? I already
I
thought
think
about this idea, and I thought that maybe that we could jump off the boat. I think I said it before. I said, well, not with you, but um, I thought that we could get off the boat and then rendezvous with the boat after the check. But
we're trying to go north though. We're trying to get to Jupiter, and Port Breval we're heading west. It's we're going to be backtracking, and there's nothing safe going that way.
Let me
So
see
it would
the
make
map.
more sense.
I need to
We're
see
just
the
heading.
map.
Yeah, the map. I think it's a pinned message still. If you go to pinned messages.
I don't know how to do that. Oh no, I do.
Do you see it?
Yeah. Scornswald, Port Preval. That's the boat is headed that way though.
Yeah, but if we get off before Scornsvold and we just head straight north, it would make more sense. And then we're not going through Scornsvold. We're not going to somewhere unsafe. And then we're backtracking. We're gonna have to head straight east in order to go north.
So you're proposing that we don't go to Port Preval at all. We just get off before and just go straight towards Canby? Is that where we're going? The other place that we were going?
Jupiter.
Jupiter. Okay.
And yeah, I don't think I thought taking a boat. If we were going up around, up north.
So
from
Jupiter
the
was
hill, I
the
think that would've
town.
been.
Jupiter was the town through the mountains, right?
I actually don't remember that.
Because I think that we were meeting a god at one of the towns, Canby or Port Preval. That's why we were going there.
Oh,
To take us through mountain.
oh, that I don't remember. I don't know if I was there for that. DM, you might need help with that.
Yeah, it's not on the map, so I don't know. I don't see it. Jupiter? I don't see it.
Yeah, it is. It's north. It's north. It's at the very top.
Oh,
north
yeah.
part.
Yeah, we were definitely meeting somebody either at Canby or Port Preval for a guide to take us through the mountains. That's why we were going there.
I must not have. I probably wasn't part of that conversation, and I definitely wouldn't have never thought that it was a smart idea to go to Port Preval.
Well, that was
It's
discussed.
taking-
Remember when we were talking to Bobo? Or, not Bobo, but the, who were we talking to?
Not last session, but the out of character. Not last session, but the prior session. You guys had met about the boat and had gone over some details with going to Port Preval, but Freya wasn't part of that conversation.
Yeah. I don't think Port Preval had anything to do with what we were doing, but I think Canby, which is right next to it, that's where I know for a fact that we were going there to meet. We were going there to meet somebody for a guide. We were trying to find a guide to take us through the mountains because it's not an easy path to get to
Yeah.
Jupiter.
We maybe could find a guide somewhere else, or maybe we can still go to Canby, but we need to get off this boat, and we need to get off before the checkpoint, and we need to not get back on it. For all we know, the boat's gonna be followed, and then we're gonna be followed from there. And
I do-
we don't
I-
want to be in Port Preval.
Hey, DM, what do I know about this port? Do I know anything about this checkpoint? Or do I know
Like the
any of the
checkpoint-
details of it?
Like the checkpoint in Skarnsvold or the checkpoint in...
Yeah, in Scornsvold, since that's my town, since I came from there, and my background, I don't know.
Roll another intelligence check, because you do know things, but we'll just see how much you can remember.
Another intelligence check.
Yes. So,
Oh my god. I'll be right back. I'm gonna refresh. No, you can. I mean, I'm not being right back. You can talk.
Okay.
I'll just refresh my page.
So you know of the port. You know of the checkpoint. You don't know anything about the guards. You don't know how they check the individuals coming through the checkpoint. You don't know, what they look for, how they look for it, anything of like significance. You do remember that they usually have 4 rotations of the guards, so a certain set of guards from one time to another time to another time to another time.
Okay.
Really, that's the only thing you can kind of remember. You used to pay certain people to talk to the guards, so you never really got close enough to actually learn anything else beyond that.
All right. I'll just say, hey Freya, maybe we can get some more details from the captain about Scornswald and the risk it proposes. I am open to getting off the boat before, but I feel like we should still give it a chance. Not saying I'm not saying that your idea is not good, but I don't know. I'm indecisive about this decision, like whether we should get off or go through the checkpoint. I feel like we need more details about this checkpoint. Um, maybe he can. I mean,
Hopefully he can fill it in
he's
then.
obviously an expert at smuggling people through here or whatever through Scornswald. I mean, he brags about it, so um, I don't know. But I mean,
what
that's not the
then?
only problem that we
What
have.
after? Yeah, I was gonna say what after. After we figured out that, what route we're gonna take, then what?
Yeah, I mean, if let's say that we get through it. Let's go. Let's look at it this way. Let's go. Let's play it out both ways. So let's say that we get through. Try to pull up the map again. Let's say that we get through Scornswald and we make it to Port Revolt. Now we gotta think about where and who might strike us where. Like if we're a target. Like I don't know if the Obsidian Eye. They obviously have a way of tracking us. I don't know if there's a way to interrupt that or get rid of it, but
If we go to Port Preval, we're all gonna get captured, we're all gonna die, and it's gonna be all for nothing. So we need to find a different option than going to Port Preval.
but what if the enemy's assuming that we might get off before the checkpoint? I mean, never mind. I agree. Let's get off before the checkpoint. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. So let's say that we do get off before the checkpoint. Where would we get off at? Where do you think? There's no ports or anything. We'd have to just jump off and swim, probably, or something.
Well, it might be a good idea to kind of talk to the captain about what our options are, because I think a checkpoint could potentially, well, there's a possibility that we could make it through safe. There's also a possibility that we won't, and that possibility happening at all, in any chance, in any percentage, isn't worth it.
Yeah. There's a lot of towns in between here and there where we're going. But I mean, that's not the only problem we have here. And I'm gonna look at Kaylin and be like, Kaylin, are you with us, man? Are you gonna go on any more suicide missions?
No, I'm absolutely with you. Anything that you need from me, any choice that you want to make, I'll be in favor of, and my abilities are yours.
Awesome. We should all drink and talk about us a little bit and get to know each other. I feel we don't really know each other that well.
Well,
But
we
we
know
travel
that our
together.
goal. We obviously know that we all kind of were together when a bunch of people got taken as prisoners. But Kaylin, what's your goal? Why have you stuck with us this long? What are you looking to gain out of this? Obviously, now you've said that you are supporting us and want to help us, but what's in it for you?
I mean, I I I do have a goal of my own, but and I'll kind of take out my medallion and start listlessly staring at it again. But I'll say, but it just feels so impossibly far away. But I just I feel like it's impossible to accomplish. So at this point, I'm just here to help you in any way that I can.
So, are you a martyr then?
I mean, you could say that at this point.
And I'll look at Kayla and I'll be like, man, you know what? I'm gonna open up and tell you what my goal is. I don't really have a goal other than you guys were a good group of people I met, and your goals have become my goals just because of the bond that um we've made together. And a lot of that has to do with my own personal past and experiences. I mean, I once was a criminal, and I wasn't a murderer or anything, but I did do some smuggling and um, some things here and there for the wrong people. Up until my brother, who I did it with, we were both orphans, got killed because of it. And every day I try my best to hunt down or go against that past life I had and try to do something better. Um, I I was found I was a broken man, and I was found by a group of monks who took me in and taught me their ways, and this is where I am now. And so and I'm fortunate to meet you guys because I was lost. My group of monks actually got killed too, and I don't know who killed them, but and I don't know why. I'm looking for answers and questions everywhere in a lot of different places, and your story and your goals make the most sense and have the most I don't know the word um, the most sense to follow at this moment, and I'm hoping along the way I might find some answers to my questions.
Yes, I agree. After I've seen what you all will do for me, I'm following you now, not out of a chance of getting anything for myself, but out of a desire to help the rest of you accomplish what you need to do. So I feel the same way.
I suppose we don't have Kaz here to chime in either.
Kaz is just kind of sitting in the back, kind of in the dark, almost shadowed, where the top half of the body is shadowed. You can see kind of the underlayings of the eyes. She's paying attention and listening, but not saying anything.
So who got to see Kaz's true form?
Morn.
No, I got to see it. I get to see it too, right? You
No,
said
I think it was everybody but Morn and
Kaylin. No,
because they
everybody
both
saw
passed
it
out.
except for... No, because Morn was the one that pulled her up over the side of the ship. So actually, it would have been...
That's right.
It would have
And
been
I was the one.
Morn and Ping.
I was the.
Yep.
No, I gave her a health potion.
Yeah, Morn and Ping were the only ones that saw the true form.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And I feel like, I mean, Kaz looks a little bit out of it, but maybe we can get some more answers out of her later. I think that's good for now. Anybody know anything more about Morn? I know he kind of he kind of blew us off earlier. He's mad at you, Kalen. I think you got to do something. You got to talk to him, man, or something. He's pissed off at you.
It's a fair thought to have.
I feel like he lost his family to this, and he's probably very driven to get them back, and probably feels like anything that's potentially hindering that is working against him. I mean, that's how I would feel too.
Of course.
So I guess more than that, Kalen, he needs to be he needs reassurance. That's why we're having this meeting, that we all share the same goal on doing. I mean, that's our main goal right now, is helping. I guess it's only helping him and his sister, right? Or his sister. That's what we're going
the
after.
innocent people that were taken through that.
Oh yeah, the innocent people, and
his sister was part of that.
Including Morn's sister. So you can see why this is so important to him, and you're important to him too. That's why he jumped off the boat after you. And
I didn't realize that until now. I made a grave mistake, and I need to be more pragmatic in my thoughts and in my actions. Clearly.
So yeah, I feel like this is a good talk. We should have them more, but with alcohol.
Jesus Christ.
Let's go talk to the captain. I don't know.
Good
Are you
talk.
done? Are you done, Freya?
Yeah, I guess I just feel like everybody's got their own motive, and
Well, I
obviously,
feel like different motives are okay as long as, like I said, like my motive. I have different motives, but I share the same goal. Only to find answers to my own questions along the way. I said that, didn't I? Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I've been doing anyway the whole time. I mean, I ran into the Withering Hand.
on top of, I mean, obviously, what's important is getting these innocent people back, but the most important thing to me is that I don't ever become a slave again. And I feel like everybody's trying to make that happen with all of their senseless
So what about
choices
you?
and
So that's another thing, Fred. Is like, why do they got you so spooked? What's your past with them? Do you know anything about these guys?
yeah, he's the reason for everything. He's the reason that I was a slave for as long as I was. He's the reason that my family was taken and killed. And I feel like everybody's just trying to
Now
turn me back in.
speaking out of character, did I know any of this yet, or you never talked to me about this? Did you?
No, I didn't talk to anybody about it.
Okay.
I think
Oh, wow.
out of character, I think the only thing Freya ever hinted at was, trust me, or we don't want to be affiliated with these people and things like that, but has never led on to why before.
Well, the problem I'm having to wrap my head around is, I mean, like when the first encounter happened with Kaylin swimming to the shore, and we're getting on the boat. I mean, you were pretty out of it for a second there, and I mean, they must have. I mean, the tragedy that you must have faced before with these people must be great for you to feel that way.
He's the face of everything that completely ruined my whole life.
All right. So we have many enemies and many goals. So I mean, we're going north to find these innocent people. But I mean, what do we have to do? Do we have to keep running from the Obsidian Eye along the way? Do we have to keep evading them as we go? Are they connected to it somehow?
Sure, I think
I mean,
trying to avoid them is probably smart, but at some point, obviously, they need to just be taken down, because they're evil.
So this was the Obsidian Eye, right? That met us at the dock. Do we know that?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
I know that, and I would agree to
Okay.
that.
Yeah. So, I mean, are they? Do you think they would have any connections to what our goal is anyway? Just to for Morn's sake and the innocent people that we're trying to save. Would
I
they
don't
have?
know, but there's a good possibility of that, which is why I'm willing to travel up there, A, to free innocent people, but B, find out if the people behind that are the same people.
All right. So we got people chasing us, and as we're heading towards them. This is what I'm getting at. um.
Essentially.
So what do we do with this scenario? Like, do we keep running
Well,
straight for them and they pinch us, or do we turn and fight? Or
On one hand, we're going towards something that we're preparing for. And on the other hand, obviously being pursued. There's a possibility of, surprise attack. So if we're obviously heading towards them, if they are behind all of this, we're hopefully going to be more prepared upon reaching that time.
so we need to figure out a time that we might need to turn and fight instead of run, because
We need to be prepared because they're
and we can't
really strong and they're really
and we
brutal
can't
and they're merciless and fearless.
yeah, and obviously we can't slow down because they catch up with us fast. So staying in towns for more than a day is too long. We need to keep moving at all times and stay away from towns. I feel like, especially Scornsfall altogether. We should probably try to completely avoid any town until we get to where it can be. Anyways.
I would agree with that. Probably avoiding as many towns as possible at this point is probably better, especially a big one like Scornswald, and not going anywhere near Steinthorn.
All right, so we gotta prep for this. I mean, are we prepared for a trip without any stops in towns, or we need to make sure that we can survive that?
Well, as long as we get supplies, we should be just as apt to travel by land as we would be by boat. But I feel like we would be more prepared as to what's going on or if there's anything approaching.
On land, yeah, I agree. So, but I mean, where do we stop for supplies? Where do you think we should go? Because we're gonna need supplies.
DM, I obviously I would know Skeld. Is that an option for stopping before Scornswold?
No. Skeld is about 2 or 3 miles off of the riverbank.
But would there be a place to stop? Would I know if there was
There's
port
a small,
or not, or a dock or something?
But
roll intelligence check.
before, you can do that, but I'm gonna ask at the same time. Is that the same reason as the Baron that we're trying to get away from?
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as you say that, I'm gonna be like, you do realize that
Okay.
going back.
You don't really know if there's anywhere to land to get to Skeld. You just know Skeld is close-ish to the river, and some people do get supplies from Skeld, but not many.
Would I know of Thinsveld? Had I ever been there?
You've never been to Thinsveld, or that
Okay,
you
so
don't
I've
remember
just
if
been
you've
there.
been to Thinsveld.
So I wouldn't necessarily even know that exists.
You know it exists. You've just never been there.
Okay. So at that point, stops before Scornswald. I wouldn't know if there's a plausible place to stop and get supplies, unfortunately. We probably should have gotten our supplies before we left, but, shit hit the fan.
Yeah, so I guess we need to do a fuck. We need to do a sit rep. That's what we call it. We need to do a situation where we count all the supplies that we have and see what we got to last until we can make it to somewhere. And just we need to kind of gauge how much supplies will last us for how long and how far, and see where we can make it. Is what I'm trying to say.
Unfortunately, I don't have any food on my person because we've pretty much always or recently we've been in town, so I have gone through the supplies already, so I don't have food or water.
Well, I feel like water. Maybe we can work that out, but maybe possibly. As far as rations,
Yeah, does anybody else have rations or anything?
I would say. I mean, I never took any quantity of my rations down, to be honest. Um, but I know we've spent a lot of time in towns and shit, so if I were to be fair about it, and I know that we spent some times on the road, I would say that I probably got maybe like 6. Does that sound fair, DM?
What's that? Sorry.
I said all the times that we
Rations.
spent on the road versus the time that we spent in towns.
Yeah.
I had a total of 10 rations. Would it be fair to say that I got maybe 6 left?
Yeah, 6 or 5. Yeah, roughly around there.
Okay.
And rations are for a day or for a meal?
Per day,
I don't know.
I believe.
I would say a day because it's not
Days,
really that stressed anyway in any D&D game about eating.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if rations counted for days but yeah. So, okay, so for a day. So you technically have 5 to 6 days of food on you for yourself.
I mean we're a team here, so we can put them all together and we can
Right, but I mean, like, effectively, you have 5 to 6 rations for 5 to 6
Exactly.
days for a person, essentially.
Yep. So I mean, I feel like we can make it pretty far with just that. And I don't know how many people who else has rations, but what about you, Kalen? How many rations you got?
Well,
Cough them up, buddy.
if I may, I was going to say that one positive thing that did come out of that battle is I feel like I've recalled some blessings from my deity, and I should be able to keep us going for however long you would like. I can sustain at least 15 of us per day.
Why didn't you say so before?
As I told you, my abilities are yours. If you have anything at all that you need, just feel free to ask.
Kalen, I don't mean to be nosy, but can you tell us more about your deity and like what, I don't know, the origin of it and how you came to worship your deity?
Well, I might have mentioned it once or twice before, but I serve the Green Mother herself, Shantea. She is a greater deity of agriculture. She brought successful harvests to my village, and I was selected by her to be a champion of sorts, and that is where most of my abilities come from.
Well,
That's definitely very useful.
I have a wide array of abilities. Like I said, just
So
please
does-
ask if you need anything, and I'll see if I can provide it.
so what does your deity expect from their champion?
Well, obviously, I've laid forth a few tenets. Some might be obvious to you. Of course, I can't drink and the like. But
I'm sorry, you cut out. You cut out.
Oh, yeah, no
Sorry.
problem. Well, like I've said before, a few of my tenets are quite obvious. Like I said before, I can't drink, and just expected to not jeopardize innocent people and things you would expect from higher callings of holy nature.
And how does that affect you personally?
Well, I mean, I was chosen to be in this role, and I feel like it's my responsibility to use my abilities to the best of their capacity. Obviously, I haven't done that as of late. I've been quite a failure, and so
I didn't
after
think
some-
I didn't think you were a failure until you decided to jump off the boat.
Well, yeah, that might be my most grievous blunder, but I've after some retrospection, I'm going to try and continue to do what I can if I can. So, like,
Alright.
like I said, once again, just if you need anything, ask, and I'll see if I have the capacity to do it.
So I mean, you. So I'm gonna assume that you jumped off your boat in the name of your. I mean, you were following what your purpose was towards your deity, right?
Well, like
that
I
was
said
kind of-
before, I wanted to buy you all some time because at the
But you-
moment I
but
thought
you-
that I was not fit to run amongst you, but you've all changed my mind. So
Okay.
in that moment, I was acting on your behalf, not my deity's. Wrongfully, of course, but you know.
So a conflict between your deity and your friends.
I guess you could say that.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing to trust your deity, but you should trust your friends too.
Of course, I've learned that now.
I would hope so. I'm glad that we're all alive. That's all that matters. We're fine. And it could have gone a lot worse. Hopefully we can make some better decisions in the future.
Absolutely.
I feel like everybody could make better decisions in the future.
What's that supposed to mean, Freya?
It means exactly what it means, Ping.
Hey, the prisoner thing was a good idea. Alright.
The prisoner thing
It was a good idea. It was a good idea until it wasn't, because I had to sacrifice.
It was never a good idea. We should have never messed with
He's
him.
not the problem.
He was the problem. He brought a whole bunch of bad people to us.
He would have brought
Almost got us killed.
a whole lot of people anyway. He was scouting us, he was spying on us. There was a reason for it, and you know it's not just because he wants to just be a peeping Tom. He was gonna report back to his fucking leader, and they were all gonna be here anyway. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I mean, it could have been a bad idea, but at the same time, I ran with it, and I thought it would be a good idea. Sorry. Anyways, we're past that. It's time to move on to the future.
And our DM is finding it amusing, apparently, with his giggles.
I can't even see his face anymore. He wanted to hide it.
Oh, I can see it.
Oh.
Alright, so we're all in agreement that we need to get north. We need to not waste time. We need to not draw unnecessary attention to ourselves. We need to try and get off the boat as soon as we can before Scornswald, before there's a possibility of getting too close and becoming a spectacle.
Yeah. And I will BRB.
Okay, now that we've all had this lovely meeting, should we go talk to the captain?
If you want to, I'm all in favor of it.
I'm sure Ping would be in favor of it too, even though he just walked away. So I'm gonna get up and go look for the captain.
I'll be right behind you.
Okay, so you guys are making your way out towards the captain.
Appears to be
Yes.
that way.
Okay, so as you guys open the door, Morn is walking down the steps by the captain with a channel catfish under one arm. That's about the size. If you were to hold it up against his body, it would be from about his neck to his knees.
Hello?
Hello?
Yep.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yep.
No,
Okay.
now we can.
Okay.
You said Morn was walking down the steps, and that's where we lost you.
Morn is walking down the steps from where the captain is up above. He has a bottle of whiskey in his right hand. Under his left arm, he has a channel catfish looking. It looks like a channel catfish. If you guys know what that is, maybe no. You know what a catfish looks like?
No.
You guys know what a catfish looks like?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, a channel catfish is about 10 times bigger than that. So he's holding it under his left arm. If you were to hold it up against Morn, it's about the same width as his shoulders. And it goes from his...
What'd I miss?
It goes... Damn it. So if Morn is walking down the stairs, he has a bottle of whiskey in his right hand. He has a fish, like a catfish looking fish, that's about as wide as his shoulders under his left arm. And it goes from about his neck to about his knees. So it's a big fucking fish. He's covered in... He has 3 scratch marks across his stomach that are oozing something. And he's covered like from his like waist down, kind of chest down to about his knees. He's covered in almost like a slimy goo looking thing. And then in his hand, in his left hand, where he's also holding the fish, he's also holding a smaller fish that's about the size of a like a walleye, like it's a normal sized fish. And he's just kind of walking down the stairs, taking big gulps, and then walking towards the center of the...
No, I'm actually not drinking the whiskey.
Oh, no? Okay. So, yeah, so he's just walking...
Morn! Welcome
I'll
to
walk
the
up.
party,
I'll
man!
walk up
Welcome to
and
the
be like,
party!
hey, no, I thought we could use a little fun. Obviously, I don't have much, but and I lay down the catfish and the whiskey kind of in front of me. Be like, and I'm not sure how we're gonna even cook this, but hey, I don't know, maybe it'll lift our spirits.
Who knows magic? I got some, Who?
Kaz can light shit on fire.
Guys, light this shit on fire, man!
Kaz walks out and does a how would you like me to catch it on fire? You just want me to shoot a firebolt at it as he's holding it?
I pull out a tinderbox and light this.
Okay. And
Are we just gonna light the ship on fire? Oh my god.
presentation. I can't even say the fucking word. And the
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, thank you. And the end of the tinderbox, or the end of the tinder, lights on fire.
Okay, and then I'm gonna take the walleye and put it on the end of my javelin.
Okay.
and attempt to roast it over this fire.
Okay. So you're just holding a piece of tinder in the air and you're just like roasting it over that.
No, the tinder's on the deck.
So you're starting a fire on the deck of a boat.
Lighting the ship on fire.
It's wet. The boat's wet enough that we'll be fine.
The top of the boat's not wet.
I'm gonna contain the fire with something. I'm gonna like put like a piece of the fuck would be a good idea to contain the fire.
So as this is happening, the captain loses his shit and comes running down the stairs. What are you doing? You started a fire on my ship?
Be that big of a fire.
It's a fire. And he just starts like spitting and like grabbing the whiskey or trying to grab the whiskey out of Morn's hand to dump on top of the fire.
More, don't let him get it.
I protect the whiskey
Okay.
at all costs.
At all costs? Okay, so make a dexterity check to see if you can't keep it away from him. Huh? Okay. He snaps it quickly from your hand, and just starts.
No.
And he just starts dumping it on top of the fire. And like,
No, I'm
slaps
stopping it. I'm stopping it. I'm jumping up and I'm grabbing the bottle of whiskey as soon as he like does the.
I was gonna say Freya's gonna dart forward where he's pouring the whiskey and put her mouth where it's flowing down.
Okay.
Okay. If I see this, then I might stop.
Okay, so hold on.
What do you want, like
So he
acrobatics or?
So the fire
what?
almost does go out because he does manage to douse a little bit, so it's like kind of barely hanging on. So Ping, if you're gonna stop him, make a athletics to see if you can't get in front of the whiskey bottle to stop him, and then
All right.
Freya, make a acrobatics to see if you can't slide below and get your mouth open. Yeah.
Just trying to. You don't want to put any of that to waste. Try to catch some of the
So
stuff
10s.
falling.
Oh my
So
God.
10s, right?
God, I don't know if that works.
Who said, "Oh my God"? Because I'm on board with you.
Shut up.
I'm assuming that's Kalen, the voice of reason, right? Yes.
That wasn't me.
Oh,
That was me.
Okay. He is nimble.
How about
for
can
a,
it be? Can it
He's
just
about
be?
to jump back off.
Can
the
it just
boat.
be half and half? Like he gets some on the fire, but I grab it at the same time, and then some spills into Freya's mouth, but some of it gets on the fire.
I like that. I
mean, with a natural 20 and a 17, he's just like, stop! Go away! No! You get a little on your face. It doesn't really hit the mouth, but he does get the fire out.
Ah.
And he slaps more in the back of the head.
I take the channel catfish and I swing it at the captain.
Oh,
Oh shit!
baby.
Eh,
Roll to hit with catfish. Roll a disadvantage, because you're swinging a large, semi-flopping creature.
What would that be?
I don't
D20?
know. Yeah, roll a d20 and add.
it should be an improvised weapon, and I think that's like something like. Isn't it like a D4 or D6 or something?
I don't know.
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
There's a
18 is
D20.
probably pretty good.
But yeah, but I have disadvantage.
Yeah, so you
Oh, shit.
swing this giant. I mean, like, you just see Morn quickly stand up and, like, grab the fish by the mouth and just, like, twirls in a circle as the captain ducks under, stands up, looks at you confused, and then proceeds to back up slowly towards the top of the captain's deck and just, like, and just looks at you, like, just
A
confused.
series of events here.
Okay, I'm just gonna like throw everything at my feet and then walk up to the front of the boat.
Okay.
Well, whatever's
That way-
the opposite side of the captain, where
That's-
the captain normally is.
Yeah, it's the front of the boat.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm gonna angrily approach the captain.
Okay.
Hey, man, we're trying to have fun here.
By starting a fire on the boat?
And swinging a fish at the captain? Yeah, I'm not sure what that was
If you
about.
want to cook the fish, take it downstairs and Cook it.
I thought we were
Do you
downstairs.
have a kitchen downstairs?
As he points kind of towards the captain's quarters.
Oh, okay. Well, we wanted to cook. We wanted to cook and eat a fish, man. We're gonna invite you to, the fish dinner.
Then, cook it like a normal human being.
And you just spilt their alcohol on the fire. I thought you liked alcohol. You want to drink with us or not?
There's 3 more bottles downstairs. Cook the
Oh,
fish in the kitchen and drink down there. And stop doing damage to my boat.
Don't worry, man. It'll be all worth it in the end. I promise. Did I make like a persuasion check or something?
To do, for what, you're making a persuasion check?
Yeah, I'm trying to give him encouragement. I'm like, it'll all be good in the end, man. Don't worry.
I think that's deception.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you
Hey,
guys...
not if I believe in it. I believe in it.
No, roll a deception.
Okay. I don't think I'm lying, but okay.
Okay, if you don't think you're lying, then roll persuasion.
I'm very optimistic. Is that a
I
problem?
don't know. I think that line, I don't think I'm lying, kind of implies that you might be lying.
Alright, well, fine. There's deception.
Uh-huh. So he just kind of looks at
And
you
nat 20 anyway.
and just kind of like winces his eyes and just shakes his head. Just go cook the fish and leave me alone.
Alright, man. No more fires in the cabin, I promise.
Thank you.
I'm gonna shout before heading. I'm assuming we're heading down to the kitchen. Is everybody? Yes?
No idea.
Okay, well, Freya's gonna head down to the kitchen
'Kay.
to find the
Okay.
liquor stash and gonna shout to Morn that we're all going downstairs to drink. There's booze. Enough said.
I do turn around and slowly start walking back toward them.
Okay. If you walk into the captain's quarters, where the table was, there is a small door, smallish. Morn will have to you'll have to go in at a sideways angle, but it does lead to like a sub room that has like another table, kind of a square table, and there's like a small little kitchen, dining room type outlet. It's kind of like almost like a studio apartment. It's just a really small, everything's kind of cramped together. And then like right next to like where like a fridge would be or some kind of storage, there is like 4 bottles of some kind of alcohol.
Yes, we found the fucking stash!
Do I see the kitchen?
Yeah, it's literally as you come down and like look to your right is right there.
Okay, as soon as I see the kitchen, I'm gonna turn back around and then attempt to like chop up the fish on the deck.
Okay.
But I've never actually,
Yep.
seen a fish before. So
Yep.
I've caught up like deer before, so I guess I can translate that as well as I can. So.
I'm just gonna start chopping away.
Okay, we're gonna roll some rolls. So, you are going to roll to chop a fish, which is completely different from a deer. So roll a...
But I'm gonna go at it like I'm cutting up a deer, because that's all I know.
Exactly. So roll a d20. Okay. Roll a roll a nature check. Okay. And roll a dexterity. Straight dexterity. Okay. You cut the fish up quite nicely. Like, very nicely. Like, you would cut it up just like you would venison. You dice it into smaller cubes. You Um, you,
I'm gonna look at Freya and be like, I don't think we have anything to worry about on the road.
it's. I mean, it looked. You
Yeah, I
did it
think
very
you got a
nice.
fisherman.
Like you, you know, like a deer. You cut it and you have like the certain parts of the deer, the rump roast. You have the ribs. You have the back straps. You have, you know, you dice all the meat up and you cut the meat away from the bones. You know, you think you do it really well. You take and you kind of like slide the scales off. You take your axe against it, and it looks like meat.
I guess I'd say with Kaylin and Morn, I think we're gonna be living like kings on the road.
Yeah. We're good.
Yeah, I'll bring the meat down to the kitchen.
Okay. And you start cooking it?
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, it's probably like 5 a.m., like 6 a.m., 5 a.m. So you guys are having fish for breakfast. After about 20 minutes or so, there's, you know, you guys start to smell the sizzle of fish, cooked fish.
All right. And drink.
Cheers.
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 Kalen, or not Kalen, Kaz in the corner.
Kaylin.
Yeah.
Is Kalen here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, no, and I meant in the kitchen.
You will trust your friends. You will take a shot.
just to point out.
Now, Ping, remember
yes.
that Kaylin told us that to imbue us with all of these wonderful gifts that he has, he can't drink. So it's in our best interest for him not to either.
All right.
Kaz raises a drink in the back, toasts, and nods her head as she takes a big swig.
I'll just give Kaylin a shot of nothing. Just pretend.
I'll give Kalen like the nicest piece of fish that I can see.
Okay. So you guys all have your plate of very nicely, very well done cooked fish. You guys all take a bite.
I'm gonna give Morn a good smack on the back and give him a nod of approval.
I'll quietly nod my head.
Hey, Morn.
I look over.
You like to drink, don't you? Let's have a drinking contest.
Let's do it.
Okay, so hold on. Are you guys drinking or eating?
We're
We're like
toasted,
halfway
so
into the fish.
Okay, so you guys are
So now
happy.
we're
So
starting.
everybody that took a bite of the fish, roll a d20 for me, please.
Aw, shit.
And then just tell me what you rolled.
Ping got a 13.
Okay.
I got a 10.
Did Caitlin take a bite?
Before I do, I'm going to discreetly leave the somatic components under the table for purify food and drink, and then I'll take a bite.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Lauren was
So
trying
Kaylin
so
didn't trust
hard.
Morn,
Okay.
didn't trust Morn's cooking.
Caitlin, roll a d20.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So, what ends up happening? You guys are drinking. You guys are having a good time. You know, you guys seem to feel like you guys have kind of have taken the rift that there was with your team, and you guys slowly have started to share some of the inner workings of the team and yourselves. There's still things to be said, but all in due time. As you guys raise, you take your toasts, you say your huzzahs, you take that first bite of fish. That's some good cooked fish. That tastes really good. Good job, Morn. All of you start choking on fish bones. Because Morn, fish bones are a lot smaller than deer bones, and you didn't realize how small they were and how to debone a fish.
Oh, the pin bones.
Ah, the pin bones. Kalen, one goes down and does not sit, and you actually throw up part of your fish.
Right.
Freya,
Motherfucker, I was expecting food poisoning, not fish bones.
Freya, the same thing. You get your fish down and start taking the next bite as you start choking. And you also throw up part of the fish. And you have something lodged in your throat and it hurts like a motherfucker.
What's the matter, Frey? You can't hold on to alcohol, man?
Oh, God.
As Kalen,
So I'm just gonna, like, get up and start, like, coughing and, like, turn and kind of walk away and try to clear it.
Kalen and Freya, you guys are, like, not choking, but you guys have something, you can feel something legit, like, stabbing you in the inside of your throats. As you guys are like...
Guys, the fish has come back from the dead and it's attacking me. It's come back from the dead.
I'm gonna take a bone out of my mouth and be like, oh, I may have missed a few bones.
Don't fuck with the guy who hunts and fishes. This guy.
I guess they all went down the hole the right way. For me. I'm in the first hole.
Other than that,
Gonna keep coughing and trying to clear it.
it's good fish.
I'll stop eating it then.
Yeah, do people stop eating? I'm gonna try to finish it, but like eat around the bones.
But eat around the bones? Okay. If you're gonna continue, roll another d20 for me. Okay. You take several large bites, thinking that you've scraped off the top of the meat, like, and you're kind of like picking through, and you're like, oh, okay, I got it. Yep. Chew. Nope, nothing. I'm good. Chew. Nothing. And on the third bite, one actually pops and sticks you in the roof of your mouth. As you're like, oh, I need to reach in and pull it right out of the roof of your mouth.
Yeah. So, Morn, props on the cooking, man. It was good tasting. I don't know why these guys are puking. I don't know what's the problem. But it's good, man.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm gonna assume I'm drinking, so that's how I'm sounding.
Yeah, that's a lot harder than cutting up a deer. I'm gonna have to ask someone else who knows.
Why are these assholes?
I tried my.
Why are these assholes puking over your food, man?
Maybe they don't like catfish. I tried.
More and there's bones.
Yeah, I made
Did I
mistakes.
clear the bone? Did I cough and clear it?
It takes a little bit, but you manage to dislodge it and kind of semi-cough it up. Like, you have to, like, gag yourself to stick your finger to the back of your throat to, like, get it. But you manage to after a couple minutes. Kalen, same thing. You're kind of sitting there and you're taking, like, your fingers and you're, like, swiping the back of your throat, and you kind of manage to, like, hit it and, like, pull it towards the front and, like, slide it up the back of your tongue and, like, get it and pull it out. As you smile at Morn and, like, give him the thumbs up.
Yeah, like, this is good.
Maybe the walleye will have less bones. I'm gonna go out and find the walleye.
Okay. Well, I mean, you brought the walleye in with you, or did you leave it? You left it on the deck.
Yeah, I left it on the deck.
Okay. As you walk out onto the deck to retrieve your walleye, another one of those little creatures is making his way slowly towards your catch.
I'm gonna run at it and dive.
Okay. Roll a acrobatics. Okay.
This is a conversation that we all miss. I don't know what
You
the fuck
guys
you're talking
have
about.
no idea. You dive, and at the same time he dives, and you just a moment before he gets it, manage to grab the walleye by the tail and like pull it away from him and slap him with the other hand to keep it away. As it gets up, growls, and starts running towards the side of the ship.
Yeah, I'll turn back around and go downstairs.
Okay.
And I'll attempt to cut up this one to.
Okay, so roll. What did we do again? We rolled a.
Though I'm a few in this time, unlike the catfish.
Say what?
I've had a few by this point.
Okay.
To drink, so.
You said you're like the catfish.
Dexterity. So I think it was. Man, what did we roll again?
It was a D20, a nature, and a dexterity.
There we go. Thank you.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Are you trying to kill us?
So, the walleye, after having a couple, you feel like you're limber. And you're like, huh, this is much smaller. Bones will be a little bit easier. A lot less meat. And you just go with the axe. Boom, boom, boom. 3 strikes. Big hacks. Cut up in 3 separate pieces. Take it. You flay it along the side of the fish. Pull the meat off. Slate it off the bone. You proceed to take your hands and comb over, thinking that you got all of the bones, and you check it. You're like, checking for all the bones. You turn the meat inside out. You kind of separate it a little bit. You check for all the pinpoint bones, and you put it down on the grill, and you smile, because you're like, man, I got it this time. What really happens is all of you guys are watching, you guys all watch Morn take the axe, chop it up 3 times, hold it like a picture in front of himself, turn it the other way, and then slap it on the grill. So everything that happens.
You broke up. You said turn it the other way, what?
Okay, so all that stuff that Morn said that thinks that Morn did, he's had a couple at this point. It was some strong whiskey. What really happens is he cuts the fish diagonally, holds it up in front of him like a picture, turns it, looks at it, turns the other way, looks at it, and then slaps it down on the grill.
Yeah. Hey, Morton, that looks tasty, man. How good is this one?
I'm gonna take a big bite out of the side of it.
Okay. Roll. Actually, no. If you're taking a big bite, no. It's like a lot of bone. Like 5, 6, 7 pieces.
Ugh.
Like something just hit your mouth like a porcupine. And actually, roll a d20. I just want to see. Above.
It's a disaster.
Okay, so
Morn
you
and
watch-
cooking and drinking are
you
not a good
watch
mix.
Morn smile, pick the
Bones
fish up.
fly out. They go into everybody's eyeballs.
He picks it up, smiles at you guys, and goes, "Pfft, it's good." Takes a bite, and as he bites into the fish, one fish bone goes out the left cheek, one comes out his front lip, and another one comes out the right cheek, and then another one comes out the bottom of the lip. As he smiles at you, and then just goes, "Oh," as he has a couple fish bones now sticking out of his mouth.
Yeah. How's that? Is it good?
I'm gonna like run outside and like spit over the side of the boat.
You take 2 points of damage, FYI. Okay. Morn runs up the stairs and disappears to the bow of the deck.
And attempt to spit out and then dislodge whatever bones need dislodging.
Okay, you spit all the food out that's in your mouth and proceed to pick out fishbone.
I'll walk back down and be like, yeah, I wouldn't eat that. And I'm gonna grab the other piece and throw it out over the edge of the boat.
I'm gonna assume that I had a piece in my hand, about to eat it.
Yep. Okay, so as he walks down and he's got like little like piercing holes all around his mouth and like semi-bleeding, Ping has got like a piece of the fish like in his hand, looking like literally like a centimeter from his mouth with his mouth open, just and like puts it back down on the table.
That's funny.
Yeah, more now. I'm gonna save this for later. It's good.
Yeah, well, it's getting late. I might get some sleep, but
It's
No,
too early for that. We just woke up. More drinking.
if you insist.
It's,
I
it's
challenge
I'm gonna
you.
raise a glass.
it's about 8 a.m.
I challenge you to a drinking contest.
You know what? Maybe we could use the spirits. I'll take your challenge.
All right.
So I want
I'll
you
get in on
guys
this.
to roll 3 So we're gonna do it like we're gonna do it like a challenge. So I want you guys. We'll do 3 Constitution saving throws, but we'll do them versus each other. So I want Morn to roll 1 and then Ping to roll 1.
Whoever loses has to fucking.
Okay.
So since it's 2 rolls, are we just taking those 2 rolls against 2 rolls, basically?
Nope. So you guys pick up the first glass and you pour it. It's not beer. It's whiskey. And you guys take that first big chug. Morn, it burns, but you've drank some fucked up shit before. Ping, this hits you and you are like, it's like that Jose Cuervo, like that Jose Cuervo, or that Patron shot where you take that shot and you're just like,
Where you smell it at the same time.
yeah, and you start like that dry gag, but you put it down and you like stare at the other person and give them that like that fake smile, like yeah, Do another one.
Yeah, let's do another one.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Morn, this one, the second one catches you off guard. It kind of hits the little new piercings that you have around your mouth, so you kind of like it stings, so you do like a inadvertent like gulp, so you don't swallow it all in one go. You kind of do like a gulp gulp, and it kind of goes down your lungs a little bit, and you start like coughing, hacking, gagging type deal. Ping, you're prepared this time. This time, you throw it back and immediately find like there's a little bit of salt on the table from where he was trying to cure the fish or something, and you, without Morn seeing you, quick swipe a finger over, like get some salt and then rub it on your tongue, and it helps you keep the taste down, and you're just like yeah, no big deal, no, yeah, one more. Okay, so it's 1-1. Next one wins it. Roll up, boys. Ooh. Morn. You prep yourself.
Where's Freya at? I thought she was doing it.
Is Freya?
Oh, I will be. I'm taking on the winner.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. That's some low
So
shit.
basically, whoever I'm going against has already had way more than I have.
So we got to roll with disadvantage against her.
Probably.
We'll see. Hold on. So, Morn, you look at the glass in front of you and you're just like, shit. And as you're prepping, you're mentally prepping yourself to do it. You look up and Ping's already put it down and is like slapping himself on the face. Like, not that bad, not that bad, not that bad. And then looks up and smiles at you. And you go and you go to take the last one. And you put it down and it burns. And it burns bad. It's like going to the bar and you've already had 12 shots. And then your friend goes to the bar after you're like, let's do another shot. And you're expecting like, and you're expecting like that frou-frou shot, like the one that actually tastes good, and he comes back with like a straight Jameson shot. And
that is a fucking real life experience right there.
trust me, I've been in college. And he comes back with that Jameson shot, and you're just like, and you put it down, and you get it halfway down, and you got it down, and you're like, fuck yeah, that wasn't, and like throw up in your mouth, and you catch it all in your cheeks, and you look, and everybody in the room, you all see like the wide-eyed bulge of his eyes as he like throws up into his mouth and catches it. As you see like a split second, just like a little splurp get in between, like out of the like the little purse in his lips and dribble down his chin as he like swallows the throw up / shot.
Oh.
Yep.
Pride versus.
I'm gonna like try to move my hand away from my mouth so not too much gets on my hand, and then stand up and go over and like try to attempt to shake Ping's. Be like, a few people can beat me in this. Well done.
Oh. Thanks, man. I'm gonna like.
Yep.
I'll reach out to shake his hand and I'll just miss it.
Yep.
and I'll touch his arm and then I'll slide back down to his hand.
Yep. And then as you hit the hand, the hand is dry. But as you guys go to let go and you get his fingers, it's like that really sticky spit, and you guys can see the string from like the and you pull away Ping, and you notice it. Morn doesn't see it because he's like turning to walk away to sit down. But Ping, for for what feels like a minute and a half, you see this long puke string, and you're just like. And you walk away, and you're just like shaking and like trying to fling it as everybody in like Kaz backs against the wall and like kind of holds her cloak up a little bit.
Hey, anybody else want some of this?
My turn.
Okay, Ping, roll a d20 for me.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, just a straight D20.
Just
or?
a straight d20.
Okay.
So you are drunk, and it starts to hit you. So all your Constitution saving throws are rolled at disadvantage.
Uh-oh.
As you guys sit down, and Kaylin walks over, pours both your drinks, laughs, gives you the thumbs up. Or Kaz, sorry, not Kaylin. It hits you, Ping, and it hits you hard. And the world starts to spin, and you immediately start going, huh?
Can I be confident and be like, yeah, I'm gonna win this shit. Come on.
Yep.
Come on,
Go
bro.
down.
2 Constitution saving throws. Ping,
Whoever loses,
baby.
whoever loses has to streak down and act as the captain.
I mean, it's really hard to, even with the disadvantage, you can't get less than a 1, so.
Ping.
Oh, I'm drunk, so.
Yep, so at disadvantage.
Alrighty. Constitution. Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Oh, that's not bad.
So, Ping, being super drunk, stares at you, leans forward, puts it down and sits back. Freya, you try to do the same thing, and as you lean forward and you suck some into your nose and spit it out a little bit, and you do like the half swallow, half like spray the whole table with some of the booze. Roll 2 more Constitution saving throws.
Oh, I'm not doing so good.
Oh baby, Freya is not a drinker. Ping.
Yep.
Roll 2. Roll a disadvantage. Roll 2.
I'm actually really drinking, so.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I won. Oh
you
my
guys
God.
both put
Barely.
the shots down at the same exact time. Freya, you just barely managed to beat Ping to the punch and slam your glass down at the same time. Or like just a second before him. Okay. Roll 1 more.
Alright, gnarly.
Wow. I wish I could be like rolling nat 20s or something for this. That'd be really funny. Are you serious? He's rolling with disadvantage. This is ridiculous.
Ping on a roll. So
Disadvantage.
you guys roll, or you guys pour the glasses. Ping is like that friend that throws up at the party, nobody knows it though, and then proceeds to what's the word I'm looking for?
Proceed to
You can
pretend.
rally.
Yeah, puking rally.
pretend?
He like puking rallies through the rest of the night, and you're like, how the fuck is this person still like here? And you are watching Ping. Ping's eyes are literally glazed the fuck over. He's not even there. And he's
Morn is standing up, slow clapping, and like a stunned look on his face.
yeah. Ping
Like,
is
total
like
admiration.
Ping is like not there, and he just like clings the glass with you, and then like throws it back, puts the glass down, stands up, burps, and just like bows, and like holds his hands up. Freya, you put it down, and you kind of like sip it because you're like, oh, this is really bad, and then you put the glass down, and then slow clap, and like walk away from the table as well, disgusted.
Hey, loser. The deal. Come on.
Wait, loser. What's the loser?
I said the loser has a streak.
Is Freya drunk then, or what?
Roll a d20.
I'm gonna start chanting Freya.
You are not drunk. You managed to hold off. You were on the cusp. You are like,
Okay.
you can feel it, but you're like just slightly buzzed. You're like that perfect zone where you're like still able to make semi-intelligent conversation and decisions, but you're not too far beyond where it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's streak. Hey, should we jump in the water too and like see how far we can swim away from the boat? Or like, like throw the anchor out and see if the boat stops kind of shit. So
Freya is gonna shout swimming contest and start running up the stairs to the deck.
Okay.
I'll attempt to run.
Yep.
I'm gonna streak all my clothes down.
Okay.
And I'm gonna run up. Where's the captain at, man?
Steering the boat.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Okay. So you guys get outside. The boat is at full speed. The current, it seems to be with you, and there's a strong wind. So the boat is going fast.
I'm just gonna run out bare naked, and I'm just gonna start running circles around the captain.
So it is 10 a.m. and you are butt naked running around the captain.
Yep.
Cool. And the captain is just staring straight ahead, and shaking his fucking head. Ugh. This is gonna cost you guys extra.
I'm gonna run up to the captain and be like, "So where we at, man?"
I'm gonna go running to the side of the ship and do like the rub your hands together, like you're about to dive in.
Okay.
I'm gonna run up beside Freya and be like, "You're not actually gonna jump in, are you?"
And you
I'll
hear,
show you guys how good I can
In like an
swim.
encouraging manner, though.
so, and you hear,
with
you
a
hear up
slurred
top,
speech.
and you hear up top from the captain, "I wouldn't do that. I'm not stopping the boat. And we're going really fast. I hope you enjoy swimming, and the current is really strong."
And I'm right behind them.
You
Like,
guys, I
how
can
fast?
swim.
How fast are we going?
I'm gonna like
I can
tackle
swim
Freya.
really good.
I'm gonna tackle Freya and be like, "You can't swim in this," and then like act like I'm trying to save her, but then like tackle her away from the edge.
Okay, make.
Oh no, everybody's
are you
breaking
resisting?
up.
Are you resisting?
I don't know. You broke up. I didn't even hear what he did.
I'm just gonna be
He's
that.
gonna, he's gonna like pretend, act like you guys. He's gonna jump in with you, but he's gonna like tackle you away from the edge.
Yeah, I'm like, "No, I don't think you can swim in that," and then like put my arm around you and grab you toward the boat.
I was gonna say I probably wouldn't. I would probably believe that he's gonna jump in with me, so I probably wouldn't even see it coming if he's gonna like stop me.
Okay. Kalen, are you just like standing at the door of the captain's quarters watching the stupidity?
I would have stayed down in the kitchen and done my best to clean up the aftermath of what was left in the kitchen.
They're probably like, I don't want to see any of this. Just gonna
So
let them
are
go
you
upstairs.
Are you cleaning up my clothes too?
So Kaz has said sorry and is helping you clean up.
I'll tell her I appreciate that.
Okay. And so
I would have taken Pingus clothes and just like folded them up and put them somewhere for him, easy to find.
And they are Kaz or
Aw.
Ping's clothes are like BO stained, blood stained, and smell like ass.
I'll power through it. He's my companion.
Okay, that's nasty. That's some dedication
Oh
right
my
there.
god.
That's
Kaylin.
some dedication. So, all right. So,
So what happened? Did I not make it into the ocean then?
oh no,
No, I tackled you.
Yeah, he like basically clotheslined you away from the edge.
And I'm at the captain right now. And have you guys ever seen Home Alone where that kid is like asking 1,000 questions about
Why
like
is
how
the boat
much
a
gas
boat?
miles does it get? Like that's what I picture myself doing.
Does it have all-wheel drive?
And this the whole
Does it have
time,
electric motor?
his like face doesn't change, and he just. But he doesn't answer a single question, and he just keeps going down the river.
I'm just gonna run off shrieking, just like with my arms wailing in the air. I'm just gonna be like, ah! Just running downstairs.
Good lord.
I'm gonna run towards. I'm gonna run. Do I see Freya and all them?
Freya and Morn are kind of like laying on the ground next to the left side of the side of the ship.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely run up to them.
Okay, so
I'm
you
gonna
guys
give
are laying there,
Morn-
and now
I'm
butt
gonna
ass
give
naked
Morn
Ping
a-
is standing over you.
Oh, God. Wait. I was gonna say I'm giving Morn a big hug and say thanks for looking out for me.
Hey, what's going on over here?
I got you.
Are we going swimming or what?
Wow, Ping. Wow.
Please
I'm gonna, like,
describe.
I'm gonna give him a big thumbs up.
Good God. This took a really weird twist.
You do you.
Oh, Ping, put some clothes on.
It's a competition. I thought we were like swimming or something.
Looking at that, you have no competition, and is way larger than yours.
Looking at what? I'm gonna look around.
I bet you have trouble seeing it.
You hear a snicker from the captain's wheel.
You hear what?
like a snicker from the captain's wheel.
Okay.
Like when Morn says that, you hear a little snicker.
It's not gonna phase me any. I'm just. I thought we were having a competition, man. We were trying to to race or some shit.
He's like blacked out. Oh my god.
Okay, it's getting late. I'm gonna look up at the sky and see the sun, and then start kind of like, without even saying anything, to start meandering back toward the cap.
Okay, so Morn just stands up and starts making his way towards the captain's quarters.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna get up and take my cloak off and put it over Ping and like help guide him to the captain's quarters and be like, "Come on now, it's time to go to bed."
It's probably like 11 a.m. 10 a.m.
Oh man, never mind.
Yeah, like 10 or 11
Well,
a.m.
it's time for
Holy
him to go to bed. He needs to sleep it off.
Okay, so you guys are making your way, everybody's making their way back towards the captain's quarters?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are in the captain's quarters. So I would say you guys at this point probably have the wind caught, and so did the current. You guys probably have 2.5 days to the checkpoint. Two to 2.5 days to Skarnsvold, and then like another 3 or 4 days up the river. So
As soon as I would have finished cleaning up, I would have actually exited the cabin and would have went up to the captain.
okay. So you make your way up to the captain, and he's just, it's like midday, and so he's just steering the boat along.
Yeah, I'll just stand beside him and cross my arms and just look out in the same direction.
Okay. It's a very, very pretty view. It's about as wide as the Mississippi. So it's a very wide, deep river. You can see each side of the river. It's almost like the picture here. It's very like crag-like in some points. There's some sandbanks. There's portions where it's like, several 100 feet high, and almost looks like the portions of a mountain or a larger hill in some points. And then to your right, it's like, slower and lower hills. To your left, it's more of a like grasslands and like forest. To your right, it's more of like a swampy grassland type look as you guys kind of coast along. The water it's not clear blue, but it's very blue for a river. Like you would expect more of like a dark murky color, but it's actually it's more of a kind of like a light blue. So you suspect, from what little you know, that this might be almost, it's not an inlet to the sea, but it seems to run through. So it is connected to the ocean at some point, and it's constantly shifting out. Not to mention, where you grew up, you're used to fresh water, and you know how that feels on the face. You know how it kind of, how like the gritty feel of it, and like washing your hands and your face, and drinking water. This is salt. It's got a gritty smell to it, and you're not in the ocean, nor have you ever been to the ocean, but it definitely smells like something different. It's very, very salty, very like humid type smells and feels as you guys kind of coast down this like river.
What are you describing?
He's standing up at the captain's wheel,
Of
just
the
looking
smell
out.
of the water.
Yeah.
Like the river is not like fresh water. It smells kind of more like the ocean or something, or like salt water.
Oh, okay.
Because where you would think that it would be like a murky, like a river that runs like through land, it actually is more of a light blue, like the ocean, like a light blue type murky deal, and like where you would think like, you know, that fresh water smell and feel and touch. It's got that pungent kind of salty flavor, taste, smell, feel, all that good stuff. So it's pretty. Smells very nice. A different sensation from you as you grew up. You grew up very inland and farming, so you grew up with the smells of farmland, you know, manure, fresh barley, fresh wheat, fresh corn, farming, tilling. So this is an all new sensation for you, and it's nice. It's different, but it's nice.
Yeah. I'll gesture towards the in front of us with my hand, and I'll just offhandedly comment. Um, never seen a river with salt water before.
Aye. This was cut through during the calamity. They say.
All right. So.
What?
Right.
What?
No, I interrupted you. Go continue.
They say that the gods themselves, when they were fighting, drug a spear through the land and cut the land of Rothos in half, creating this river.
Well, does I mean, I'm sorry, I'm speaking out of character. So are we all awake after that night, or are we? I went to the bathroom, so I missed like
Nobody went to bed.
minute.
You guys are just
No,
in
we
the captain's
escorted you
quarters.
to escorted you to the captain's quarters to maybe sleep it off.
Yeah, you guys are just standing. You guys haven't done anything. You guys are in the captain's quarters. Kalen just kind of like came out as you guys were coming in and went up towards the captain's watch, towards type area.
So they haven't taken me to sleep it off yet. They're basically walking me back,
Well, you're in the captain's quarter right now, unless you resisted.
unless what? Shut up.
Unless you didn't want to go into the captain's quarters, you're in the captain quarters right now.
No, I mean I was pretty fucking drunk. I probably would have. Yeah, I would have let them escort me back.
Okay, so you're in there with Morn and Freya right now.
All right. Yep.
But what the captain has said is during the great calamity, which actually roll a history check.
Sure.
Religion check. Sorry, because you would be proficient in that, and this would have to do with that. Yes, you would know of the great calamity. The great calamity was the war of the gods. It was the war of the sea gods versus the earth gods. That of which Shantea was a part of.
Do I know which side eventually won out in the end?
Obviously, the land gods. The sea was made to lower, and that thus the land of Rothos was formed. The land of Rothos rose from the sea, creating this land mass, or all of the lands of this world.
See, well, I guess we can thank we can thank this land partly in due to my deity.
And that would be?
Shantea, the Green Mother herself.
Ah, yes, yes. I pray to Grom. Grom is the god of the mountains, the former of the world, and the maker of stone.
I see. What brought you to being a captain then?
The sea is always called by name. That, and I like money. Smuggling is easy money.
Hmm.
By the
Speaking
way,
of which, I heard some talk about a checkpoint. Are you sure you'll be able to get us through there safely?
yes, I've been through 4 or 5 times. It's easy money, but it can be done.
I'll have to take your word for it then.
As long as you guys go into the hold, shut the fuck up, and do as told, you'll be alright. I've only had them find out once, but I know 2 guards that work there that, for the right coin, can be paid off.
Money gets you far.
Get you very far. Thus, the hefty price.
Have you ever had? I want to be drunk, but I'm obviously drunk. I want to be like, well, have you ever had people like us?
You're in the captain's quarter.
Dang, you're in the captain's quarters.
Oh, I thought they were escorting me, and I thought I was with them.
Nope, it's right now. It's Kalen and the captain are the only ones outside, and they're on top where the or like where the wheel is of the boat.
Yeah,
Alright.
King, we're in the captain's quarters. Me, you, and Morn.
What? Say again?
Me, you, and Morn are in the captain's quarters.
All right, so you're talking to the captain, though, right?
Yeah, so they're outside. You're inside. Like where the sleeping part of his chambers is, and where he takes notes and sits. You're inside of that, like a little cabin.
All right.
I'll ask him. You ever heard of Thinsveld?
I know of it.
Not far off from the river, in a way. That's where I come from.
It's a small little farming community, if I remember correctly.
It was quite insignificant for a time. I suppose now even more. Now that the master's gone.
Master.
The master of our village, I guess you could say. People always referred to him as Shantae's last disciple because of his extraordinary abilities. Due to how insignificant Thinsveld was, it came under attack a lot, and while the master, being who he was, he taught rudimentary holy magic to those around him, and that was pretty much all that helped us fend off the invasions for quite some time. But he left now, and I've been in search of him ever since.
I heard something happened there a while back. Wasn't sure what, but I heard Thinsveld got attacked pretty bad, and lost a lot of people. But I didn't know it was because this master you speak of had left or was lost.
Yes, well, after I left, before I left, the town people managed to scramble together, get a halfway decent guard running, but it might have not been enough.
Well, may Grom watch over them, may he guide them, and may he embody their body with the hardness that is stone.
May he shall. And may Shantea bless them with a bountiful harvest.
I believe she will. Do you search for him? Do you know where he is?
I do to an extent, but it feels like I'm so far away and so clueless that I've just begun prioritizing the group instead of myself. Starting to lose sight of the point.
Do you have any clues to his whereabouts?
Well, I've received visions, and I can clearly see that he needs help. He's among people of devious nature, but I just don't know where. I don't know how to get there. I don't know just where to go.
What kind of clues were left for you? Maybe I could be a help. Maybe I've seen this before. I doubt that I have, but I'm a traveler of some sort. Have you talked to your friends about it? All good questions to ask.
I have not. I just feel so fruitless. Haven't been trying as much as I've been before. I know that he headed north with 3 other people. He stopped by Toftit. He stopped by Langdor. He visited Baron Zariel's manor for some reason. And that's pretty much all I have in terms of location and travel.
Interesting. And he left nothing for you, no sign to follow him by, no...
Well, he's given nothing to me personally, but in the visions I've seen a symbol of 3 pillars, 1 long, 1 medium, 1 short. I've seen people with their left ring fingers cut off partially, wearing dark black robes, black lightning, several different signs, but I'm not sure what they mean.
You kind of, as you look at him, he doesn't look shocked, but he looks like he's blank staring and he's trying to remember something. For some reason that rings a bell. I can't quite think of it.
Well, I won't force an answer upon you, but if you do remember something, I'd love to know.
Yeah. It reminds me of a cult from back in the day that used to do something like that. I don't remember their name. I do remember they were bad trouble though. And they caused a lot of issues. But that was 40 or 50 years ago, and they were snuffed out. The Six tracked them down to a corner of the Evercrest Mountains, to some cave location, and killed off the sect leader and a bunch of the followers of the group. That's the last I heard of that. That was a long time ago.
I see. Thank you for the information. Hopefully it will prove valuable.
Can I give you some advice?
Of course.
Talk to your friends. They seem like an alright bunch. But, who knows? Maybe they have some information. Maybe you guys seem like you're intertwined some sort. Maybe you guys are actually heading in the same direction and you don't even realize it.
Mayhaps. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
I wish you the best of luck. I'm gonna start drinking though, as the wind's picking up a little bit.
Sure.
Can I walk out now?
If you want to, yeah.
I'll just back a few steps away slowly and just go silent and let him do his thing.
He just like out of nowhere pulls a flask out and just slowly starts like just big pulls.
Yeah, but I'll keep watch over him just in case.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna walk out and be like, "It's a brand new day."
As it's been probably 15 minutes.
Arms wide, butt naked. It's a brand new day.
No, you have a cloak over you.
Oh yeah,
Unless you remove it.
I didn't remove it. And I'm just. It's a brand new day. That's right. However you guys want to picture it.
Okay.
So, what's going on?
Nothing. Trying to drink. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, you're way behind.
I'm gonna come running out.
Maybe I should steer the boat for a little while. Tell me how to do it, Captain.
No. Step away from my boat.
I'm gonna come running out and shout at Ping that we have a second shot at our swimming contest.
What? Where? When? Where and when?
Not today, but it's gonna happen.
All right. Well, what's the details on it? What's going on? I missed something.
It's gonna happen because it didn't happen earlier. So maybe like when we park the ship somewhere, we can have a swimming contest.
No, did we find out where we're parking the ship at?
We're parking it way before we get anywhere scary, so don't worry.
So you found out the captain. You talked to the captain like we are supposed to, and I got drunk and we didn't talk to him.
Yeah, no, I have telepathy, and he told me in my brain that we were gonna stop before Scornswald.
Oh, don't just me. Alright,
Well, for all you know, I'm telling the truth unless you don't believe me.
I guess, whatever. Alright. I trust you, Freya. You got a good head on you.
Yeah, he definitely told me telepathy in my brain.
You don't have to
in
lie to
using
me,
telepathy.
Can I make a check on that?
I mean, I like said
Right
telepathy
ahead,
like
right
20
ahead.
times. I'm like, he told me my brain and telepathy, and I used telepathy, and he told me telepathically telepathy.
Where? Okay, I
Inside.
also got to ask something. Ping. Where do you have? Did you have that book on you?
Yeah.
Okay. So so that was in your clothes when you took it off, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta backtrack. Like,
It was probably I would say that was in my bag. I guess I'm carrying a bag. I don't know like
okay, then never mind.
if I don't know if I would be carrying it like while I was drinking or not. I
No,
don't know.
if you had it in the bag, then yeah, never mind. Never mind.
I would assume that I had a bag. I'm not like I don't have pockets where I carry a book. I don't know.
Okay. No, that's fine. Ooh, also it's a new day, so
Brand new day.
make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, it's not a brand new day.
You hear
So-
laughing and giggling in the back of your mind as you suddenly have the urge to play dice. And he goes from happy-go-lucky Ping to, where are my dice? Where's my dice? I want to play dice.
All right. Well, first of all, did I believe
Oh,
what Freya said?
insight. Freya, whatever you're saying, if it's a lie, roll a deception.
I rolled insight. Is that not to perceive a lie?
Yeah, but if she's going to lie to you, okay. So
I already rolled. Yeah.
yeah, so Freya, was it a lie?
Yeah, you definitely could tell that I was.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what I was saying. I was like mumbling and slurring my speech, and yeah, I
Because you're drunk too,
telepathically.
bitch.
Not drunk, but borderline. Borderline.
All right.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna be like, yeah, you got a good, like I said, you got a good head on you. I believe you, but I'm gonna make it known that I know that she's bullshitting me. I'm not an idiot, basically.
Yep.
Like, okay.
Don't worry, I
Whatever
got
you
you.
say.
I got you. We're good.
All right, and then I guess I'll give in to whatever the fucking dice roll and shit,
Yep.
and I'll just be like,
You guys so the person that would see this would be Kaylin and Freya, unless Morn, are you there or not?
I'm in the captain's quarters,
Okay.
resting. I'm not sleeping yet,
Okay.
but my eyes are
You-
closed.
You guys see Morn get kind of quiet and weird, and starts. He's butt naked. You're butt naked with just a cape on.
Oh, ping.
Can I
Ping.
play it
more.
out? Can I play it out?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, I really wanna play some dice. I really wanna roll this dice, and I'm gonna reach in my pocket and grab it out and look for it. Did I find it?
You don't have pockets.
He's looking.
Oh yeah.
He's butt naked, looking in his pockets, and he's looking
Yeah.
in your cloak pockets right now.
I'm like looking around. I'm like, where's my dice? Where is it? Where is it?
It hasn't appeared
I
yet.
don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you would know about the dice.
No, I mean, like, she'd be like, what do you mean, where are your dice? What are you talking about?
I really want to roll the dice, man. You know the dice? Where's it at? Oh, I'm gonna keep
Oh,
pulling around
those
for it.
dice. Those dice? No. No, it's probably better not to.
And then, poof, it's in your hand, Kaylin. Or Kaylin, dang it! I keep saying Kaylin. Ping.
Ping?
It appears. It appears in your hand.
How bad do I want to roll it? How bad?
You failed, so you want to roll it. You can feel the voice telling you to roll it.
Do I have a choice? No? Okay.
So you guys watch Ping smile and hold the ping, the bone dice in his hand, and go to roll it.
I'm gonna
Alright.
try to grab it, snatch it out of his hand.
Okay. So make a dexterity check, straight dexterity, to see if you can throw it, because you're just literally getting ready to chuck it. And Freya, make an athletics to see if you can't stop him.
Oh, I did dexterity. Hold on. Athletics is...
That's fine. So then just take 15 plus whatever your athletics. I don't think it's going to be much of a difference.
So it would be 15.
Okay. Ping. Let's see if we're rolling dice today.
Sorry, you cut out.
Let's see if you're rolling dice today. Roll a straight dexterity.
Okay. Dexterity save.
Unfortunately, you roll a d20.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
14. Let's look at the list. Okay.
She couldn't stop me?
Nope.
I tried to stop you. I just couldn't grab it quick enough.
How do I want to mark these? Mark it like that. Okay.
I mean,
You
my
guys.
subconscious wanted you to stop me.
So, you watch him smile, and eyes go really wide, and he gets like the Joker-esque type smile. Freya, you go, no! And you go to reach out and grab it, but at the last second, he just flips his wrist, and the dice will fall out, hit the ground, and bloop, 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 bloop. He starts to glow. And then nothing.
You're cutting out.
Oh. Ping starts to glow.
Okay.
And he lifts into the air. And poof. He's gone. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
Oh, my God.
Ping, you lift into the sky, you start to glow, and he sets back down on the boat. And nothing. And you're confused. And that's it.
I don't know what happened.
You don't know what happened. You feel different.
How different? Like, what do I feel?
You just something feels off.
I mean, I'm drunk. Do I feel better?
Nope.
Okay.
Where is... There he is.
I'm gonna grab Ping's shoulders and shake him and be like, "Are you alright? You there?"
I don't even know how to describe the feeling. I don't know how I'm feeling. You gotta tell me. You gotta give me more details.
You just feel different. You just feel off. You're not sure what, but you feel off.
Like a strange feeling in your body you can't describe, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just don't... Something doesn't feel right, but you're not positive what.
And everybody saw me float up in the air.
The captain did. Kaylin did, and Freya did.
Bless him.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Of course,
don't
Kaylin
know.
would be the one that says "frickin' bless you." Jesus.
I feel I feel a little weird. I don't know. I don't feel any different. I just feel
I'm gonna run
something.
down to the deck behind him. I'm gonna say, do you mind if I just check you out for a moment?
I don't mind. Yeah, sure.
Okay, don't touch anything and nobody touch him. And
Well, I already touched him on accident.
I'll cast Detect Magic.
You do sense something very, very magical around him. You don't know what.
What school of magic?
It would be divine.
Divine.
I don't know how to explain it. It's
Like divine is in like celestial kind of, or like
yes, because
holy?
it doesn't fall. Okay, so the best way to explain it, it doesn't fall into a school of magic. But Kaylin being the one, and this is where I'll allow this. Kaylin being the one who casts Detect Magic, it feels similar to your magic, like holy-ish type divination type magic. It's not arcane based. It's different. You don't-
would it
you
feel
don't-
like there's like a blessing or something?
You're not sure. It
Okay.
doesn't feel harmful, but you don't know what it is, and it doesn't feel arcane.
All right. So I'll just say to the both of them, all right. From what I can tell, this comes from my field of expertise, but I can't tell exactly the effects. So in terms of divine magic, it could either be a blessing or a curse. It could be a boon or a bane. So could be good or bad. That's all I can say.
Ping, you had to roll the dice.
My bad. What's going on?
So I checked you out and I said, based on what I can see, this seems to come from my field of expertise. So given that, I don't know the full effects, so it could be either a blessing or a curse. Could be a boon or a bane.
There you go.
Could be
That sounds
good
just
or
so
bad.
much. That just sounds so much more cleric-y.
Well,
Boon or a
with
bane.
my experience, you expect the worst and you hope for the best. So, I'm gonna go with a curse.
I think that's wise.
And I don't know what to do about it. I can't get rid of this dice. I've tried.
Right, just be sure not to touch anything important.
This dice controls me. It tells me I can't help it.
Try not to touch anything
I
important.
have it talks to me in my head. I'm gonna like reach up and grab my head and just be like, it talks to me.
Okay, well, let's start.
Throw it into the water.
Let's start testing some things out, since we don't need these anymore. And I'll pull out a ration. Here, touch this and see what happens. And I'll toss it to you.
You gonna toss what?
A ration.
Okay. What am I doing with the ration?
Did you catch the ration?
I'm sorry, I was distracted. There's a lot going on around me.
That'll happen.
It's all good.
He threw a ration at you.
Okay.
Do you
Yeah,
ca-
I'll catch
do
it.
you-
I'll,
you-
I'll
Are you gonna
catch
catch
it.
it?
You catch
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Okay, roll a, no, I'm just kidding. Nothing happens.
I was ready. I was expecting something.
Bye-bye, Ping, forever. No, I'm just kidding.
So nothing happens?
Nothing happens?
Okay. Well, it seems that you might be able to touch things with reckless abandon, so that's good. Hmm. I don't know.
I can't get rid of the dice. I've tried to throw it away quite a few times, and it ends up back in my pocket every time.
Hmm.
I can't get rid of it.
Does anything happen when something touches him?
Nobody's touched him.
I don't think
I
so.
touched him right after, so.
You touched him?
I told you, like, the second after he landed, I put my hands on his shoulders and shook him and asked if he was, like, alive or if he was okay.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Can't confirm.
Yeah!
Yeah,
I told you!
nothing happened.
Oh my
All right.
god.
So you can be handled, and you can handle objects safely. So might be just a passive effect of some sort that will reveal itself later.
Just don't fall asleep.
Might be.
I would hope so. Every time I roll the dice, it has different consequences.
How long do they take to wear off?
Well, the first time I rolled it, I turned a bed into gold. I
Yes,
turned
I
a
was there.
nightstand into gold. Let me think. What happened? Is that the only time I rolled it?
Yep, because you've managed to succeed all of the saving throws thus far.
So yeah, I've been able to fight it off until now. But it's always wanting me to roll, and there's a voice in my head that I don't know who he is, but he really wants me to roll the dice all the time, and I'm always managed to fight him away, but this time I guess it just kind of got to me. I can't control it.
Can you just
Can
hold
I-
can you just hold the dice out for a moment?
Hey,
I was
what
also
what
going
is
to
it?
ask
Do I
if that's something that I can actually cast absorb elements on.
DM?
If
Do
that
I
would be
know?
something I could do.
Do I know the person's name again? What was his name? The one that's in the dice?
I can't remember. I think I wrote it down here. Sumatra.
That sounds right.
Yep.
I'm gonna be like,
But he wanted
Yeah.
you to call him some.
yeah. I'm like the voice in my head. He says his name is Sumatra.
Right. Can you hold the dice out for a moment?
Yeah. And can I hold it out?
Yeah, it's in your hand.
All right.
All right. I want to test something. I want to see exactly how strong of a magical enchantment this dice has. And so I'm going to cast Dispel Magic.
You cast
Level 3.
Dispel Magic. Nothing happens.
Well, it appears to
Did
be
you
a
fix it?
formidable enchantment. So
I'm gonna, as I thought he fixed it, I'm gonna go ahead and try to throw it in the water.
Okay? The moment you throw it and you're like, it's gone. You guys, like, he turns back around to look at you guys, and it's like, he's still holding it. Even though you guys, like, legit saw him throw it and it leave his hand as he turns back around, it's like sitting on the cusp of his hand. And it's just like, he's kind of like, he's just holding it. He's like, see? It's gone. And he's holding it.
Well, this I don't think we're going to be getting rid of this anytime soon.
Are you proficient in magic? Like Arcana? Like Arcane?
Not proficient, but I have a few positive points in it.
I'm proficient.
Oh yeah, shit, you are, aren't you? Roll a Arcana check. If you want to. Very nice. You know there are certain ways to block objects like this. Or objects in general that are highly magical in essence. Lead boxes. Placing items like this in lead boxes sometimes renders them mute, sometimes renders them incapable, sometimes renders them unable to be used, unable to be found, or anything of that nature. Lead boxes are kind of the
Would I still have the box?
you guys did look at the box forever ago, and it was just a plain wood box. It wasn't lead. Yeah, so you threw it away. That was like episode 4 or some shit like
It
that.
wasn't a lead box. It
Nope.
was just a regular box.
It was just a regular wooden box.
Ugh.
So
Okay.
I would suggest that at that point, that'd be like, we need to try putting that thing in a lead box or something.
Yeah, it just kind of
Yeah,
comes
just
to
with
you.
lead.
You do realize, and you do kind of vaguely remember seeing items like this being put in lead boxes, or hearing about something like that.
All right, I'll pull out. Can I pull out the box? Oh, I don't have the box in my bag. Well, it came in a box. It wasn't lead, but it was weird. It was wooden.
No. We need a lid box. That's the only way to hopefully stop it.
How would you think it was locked in a wooden box?
Well, maybe it needed to like attach to somebody. It didn't need to be in a lead box to do that. Lead box, now that it's attached to you, maybe the only way we can stop it from continuing to haunt you, unless obviously we find some high magical means to stop it.
Well, just so you're warned, the temptation of rolling comes every day.
Well, let me know when you hear that voice, and I'll try my best to stop it.
It's usually when I'm sleeping, or when I wake up.
Well, then wake me up, or shout at me or something.
All right. I guess I'll. I won't even manage to put it back in my pocket. I'll just drop my hand down to my fucking side, not even expecting it to roll out of my hand.
You still don't have pockets either.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about it. I'm just like, okay.
Oh,
I'm not even worried about it anymore. If it falls out of my hand, it falls out. Wherever it goes.
oh Jesus.
I didn't even know where it was before. I guess it was up my ass or something. I don't know. Oh, hey, hey, Kaylin.
Yeah. What is it? I'm still here.
I know you checked out this dais, but I have a book. Do you remember the book I got? Were you able to see it or no? I don't know if you got a chance to look at it.
He was gone that day.
I don't remember anything about a book.
Yeah, Kaylin and Freya were both in their rooms. They had chosen to stay in, and Kaylin had actually spent that day praying at the local temple and helping do more repairs.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, while we were in that town before we left, I went to a bookstore and I found this odd book. It's weird. It's actually the cover of the book is actually covered with
I guess, human skin. It's a definitely something worth looking into if you want to give it some kind of magical, this protection. I don't know.
If you think it might be magical, I'd be happy to look at it.
The reason I got the book is maybe it was tied. I could find an answer to this dice. I don't know. That's why I was compelled to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to look at it, I have it in my bag.
Of course.
And I guess I'll walk towards the cabin. I don't know if you guys want to follow me or I'll just bring it back or what. But
Yeah, I'll be right behind you.
Yeah, I'll follow.
all right, so I'll go to my bag and I'll pull it out, and then I'll point out the lock. It has a lock around it, like around the pages, kind of like the book in like a binding or like a you know what I'm talking about, how books have like kind of like a lock.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to explain it as the DM explained it. So, we tried opening this book. Morn tried to hit it with the axe, and it completely. You know how big Morn is. It completely pushed him across the room when he tried to hit it with his axe. We cannot get this book open.
Wait, it recoiled him so hard he flew back when he hit it.
Yes, with his axe. We cannot get this book open.
Wow.
That does certainly sound like some sort of force enchantment.
It looks kind of ominous.
I don't remember. Did I try to hitting it too?
No. You tried to pick the lock.
Yeah, what happened?
And it sent
I remember.
it sent your ass flying.
Yeah.
Not very far, but it sent you back a foot or two.
Yeah, I tried picking the lock, smart way, and it did the same thing, and not as gruesome as it did Morn, but yeah, it's obvious that this book is hiding something that doesn't want to be seen.
Look at these screen, please.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's on the book, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll see what I can do. Place it on the table over there.
Do you describe the lock having like a pinhole, key slot, basically?
No, it's just a very, very small pinhole hole.
Okay. Yeah, it's like a pinhole hole. It looks like where something should go. Like in the front of the book, kind of like where a key would go to unlock it.
Not really. It's smaller than that. It doesn't look like any normal key.
Like a pinhole, like the size of a pin?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a pinhole? Oh, okay.
All right, well, set it on the table. I'll see what I can do.
Alright, I'll set it right on the table, no problem.
All right, and I shall once again cast Dispel Magic, and I'll even really concentrate this time. Wow, okay, so I can only do 3rd level or lower.
Okay. Hold on. So you cast it again, and it actually, as you go to cast the Dispel Magic, you don't feel it take hold or do anything, and the book actually does recoil at you. And it forces you back. It kind of throws you back a little bit, and you take 4 points of damage as it kind of flings you back about 3 or 4 feet.
Oh. And as it does that, and Freya, I forgot to mention. The
Yeah.
reason that I was on edge about um, the guy following us at the bar, and I thought it was tied to this book because when I guess I wouldn't know that as my character, but you said that this guy was kind of being seen around town, right? Am I wrong?
Oh, the Obsidian Eye guy?
No, it was like a captain guy that was like, remember, because I was looking for the captain that looked like the guy that sold the books at the bookshop.
Yep. But nobody had seen the captain in a while.
And Freya wouldn't know anything about it.
No.
Yeah. Never mind.
As they're talking about that, I'm gonna get up, dust myself off, frustratingly walk over, crack my knuckles, and I'm gonna try again. It's like, damn it, I'm gonna get you open. Yeah, 8th level or higher spells are broken. Or lower.
Okay.
8th level or lower.
Okay. Nothing happens again. And this time, it flings Kaylin almost over the side of the boat. As it throws him back like 8 feet or more and into the captain's quarters, like through the door and into the captain's quarters. You actually almost land on Lorne.
We
Well,
were in the captain's quarters.
I thought we were inside, yeah.
Oh, are you inside?
Yeah.
So it throws him through the wall, or it throws him into the wall and actually cracks portions of the wall and almost forces him through the wall and out the back side of the boat.
Damn.
I roll over, look up, I'm like, what the?
You actually take 11 points of damage on that one.
Wow, okay.
Used a big spell.
I'll get up and dust myself off, and I'll say that thing is a master level enchantment that was placed on there by a sorcerer supreme, shall we say. It's gonna take a lot to crack that open.
Yeah,
What?
I hit the lock as hard as I could with my axe and wasn't able to break it, so yeah, it's a tough lock.
Kaylin, roll an intelligence check.
All right.
I don't know which one I'm supposed to use again. I think it's the first one, the 9, right?
Yeah, left value.
Yeah, that's the first roll.
Yeah, I would say you've already seen this. It looks oddly familiar to the symbols that you saw in your dream. So, let me put it up there one more time, if I can find it, and pardon my very shitty drawing. So, just like drew it on one of my random ass pages. Of course, I'm like not gonna be able to find it again. So the dreams that you had, the visions that you had, the son of a bitch. How can I draw it? I just want to show you. Ah. So it looks oddly familiar to that.
Huh, well, yeah. Well, I'll say what I'll say, and then I'll add on. But I think it might be useful to us if we can eventually crack it open. I have a feeling it might correlate to events up in the north.
Do you think it has anything to do with this fucking dice?
That I cannot tell, unfortunately.
So to explain it to you, Kalen,
So,
the book it looks like a giant, like, I mean, it's a thick ass book, and it is like when you would look at an old book, you would think it's like leather bound, but it's skin, and it's pulled. I mean, it's very like ashy, non-oiled skin, but you can still like feel it, and it feels like skin. It's a very eerie feeling, and it actually makes
I'm gonna.
the what?
No, yeah, it's oily skin. It makes you feel what?
Like makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. Like the book just seems evil, and that it was made or created in a really fucked up way. Like it's not natural. The symbols, or the symbol on the front of the book, looks like this, and it has runic symbols all down it and all over it, and has like a circular fashion on the center portion of it. The the lock, usually with most lock bound books, you can see like where the locking mechanism comes up and then, you know, comes over, and then you can place the lock in it. The lock, it looks like it's actually built into the book somehow, and then there's just like a little square latch that comes up and over the side, and then on the top side there's one metal bar that goes flat across. There's a pinhole, and then like a little metal crevice that seems to lock in, and there's a little pinhole there. There's no, like, you can't pull on it. It doesn't open. There's no keyhole. There's no like visible like lock that slips over it. It just seems to like go flush with the book, and it's locked and hooked to the book somehow.
And I'm gonna look at Kayla, and I'm gonna be like, so do you want to know how I came across this book in a library, and when I talked to the librarian lady, she mentioned some guy with a scar across the face. You're gonna have to fill me in with the details. I don't remember, but he had like a scar across his face, down his cheek.
So he had a scar that ran from the top of his forehead down the whole side of his face and down the cheek. He was a elvish-looking human, very skinny, slender, but he was seafaring. He was a captain that used to come in from the sea, you know, bi-monthly, so very, very rarely. But he would find things on the sea, he would bring them in, he would sell them in town, drink for a couple days, and then head back out to sea.
Yeah.
Summed up version. And nobody had seen him for about 3 or 4 months.
So I'll describe that to Kaylin, and I'll be like, because didn't somebody else see this person? I don't remember who.
They know, people in town know of him, but they had not seen
No,
him for.
I met somebody else from the party. Didn't they see him like walking through town or something?
Mm-mm. You thought it was him, but it was somebody that wasn't him.
Was it the guy that we captured?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You thought that guy was him, but the guy just had a small scar that ran kind of like in his beard and on his chin. And
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and that's all he had.
So Freya, that's the reason why I went after him. so yeah.
I see.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the reason why we captured him. I couldn't remember that, but now I do. So there was a suspicious guy that was watching us that kind of like gave out the ID of like the guy that sold the book, which kind of made it all fit together, and that's what made me personally go after him.
I see. Well,
Yeah.
whoever locked that book up or whoever forged it, it was very clearly done by very high-level magic users, and I don't think anything beyond divine intervention or perhaps wishing would unlock that thing.
Wow, that's pretty extreme.
Yeah.
Well, I guess keep it in safekeeping for now.
Pretty much all we can do.
I don't think it's going anywhere. I feel like I'm cursed with the shit.
You might be.
Now I'll put it back in my bag. Like, I guess I'm the chosen one. If somebody wants to steal it, let them have it.
Ping wearing clothes yet?
Nope. He's been
Nope.
doing this whole thing in front of you guys, butt fucking naked in a cloak. But, on that note, you guys are sailing down this river. It's about 4-ish, 5 in the afternoon now. The sun is beginning to wane. The day started harsh, with mixed emotions and feelings. But as the day ends, some stories come to an end, and new stories begin with new friendships. And we will pick this up next week, as you guys are about, I would say you guys are like right at the cusp of Skeld. So like tomorrow, after about a day, half day, you guys will hit Starnswald. You guys will go underneath the bridge, and you guys will hit the checkpoint.
Alright.